Matt Diaz, kicker.
This is Taylor Beal, linebacker.
This is Jordan Oldroyd, quarterback.
This is RJ Moreno, running back.
This is Corey Coleman, wide receiver.
This is Taco Williams, defensive back, and you are listening to Georgetown Eagle Football on SHN Sports.
Live from Birkelbach Field in beautiful Georgetown, Texas, SHN Sports presentation of Georgetown High School football is on the air. Tonight, the Georgetown Eagles wrap up the 2019 regular season as they host the Connally Cougars here in Georgetown tonight. Hello, everyone. Welcome into the broadcast. So glad to have you along once again. Brad Tillery up in the booth alongside the captain, Dave England. Shout out to Kelly Duvall. He couldn't join us tonight, so I know he's out there listening somewhere. And so glad to have all of you along with us as well. Mr. Galen Welnicki up here running stats for us tonight. So we're running with a slim crew, but able to bring you all the action of Georgetown High School football as we finish out the 2019 regular season. Georgetown has already clinched a playoff spot coming into tonight's game. They had come in with a record of 6-3. The Eagles on a 3-game win streak and looking to finish out this season, Dave, just like they did last year, win 3, lose 3 in the middle, and then win 4 in a row and trying to go on a run in the playoffs.
Exactly right, Brad. Great to be up here with you on the call, and it's like we've been talking about for the last several weeks. It's like deja vu again for Georgetown, but we're on a roll right now, and it's felt like playoff season ever since we started that run when we after the 3 losses, it's like, all right, it's playoff season because you can't lose. You really don't want to lose any more games. And so we're right on track to where we need to be. And I expect an exciting game tonight. I think a lot of offense out of Georgetown. So it's going to be a fun game.
Georgetown able to break the hex at AC Bible last week with a victory over Rouse. You were there. What did you see out of the game?
It was great. Georgetown was able to take advantage of a lot of mistakes with Rouse. It started off, as you saw, as a defensive struggle. I think the offensive coordinators were feeling the game out and seeing how it's going. But finally, some things started going. We went into halftime with the lead, and then really broke it open in the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter as well, and came out with a big victory. And like Coach Beatty talked about in the coaching show last night, we really needed that for our push in the season to as we go into the playoffs here to make sure we're dialed in. So.
Well, tonight, the Georgetown Eagles take on the Connally Cougars. Connally comes into this ball game a 1-8 record, their only victory over Rouse earlier this year. And this feels a little, we talked deja vu once already, kind of feels like it again, just switching the places. Instead of being at the field, we're here at Birkelbach tonight. Last year, these two teams finished the season against each other. It was cold, it was windy, it was wet, and you get the same thing tonight.
We do, and as we look at the team coming out on the field there, and we'll pan up and look at the flags are flapping out there. Winds are out of the north tonight, Brad, at 16 miles an hour. Technically, it's 44 degrees, but the wind chill is 37 degrees for our young fellas down there on the field, and there's a few showers around. So
you say how it is for the young fellas. I look at the young ladies down there in the cheerleading outfits. They're the ones I feel sorry for, man.
Yeah,
they're down there freezing. At least the guys have some pads on to try to get the blood flowing to try to stay a little warm down there. It is cold tonight. It is windy. It rained here in Central Texas earlier today, and it's one of those early November nights here in Central Texas.
I was down there on the field earlier, got a chance to visit with Coach Dean, and I noticed the turf is a little slippery down there. We had some rain earlier today, so let's hope that doesn't impact anything.
We're going to step aside, let you hear from a couple of our great sponsors. We'll continue on the pregame show when we come back, about 7.5 minutes to kick off here on senior night in Georgetown. The Eagles taking on the Connally Cougars on the final night of the regular season. We'll continue on the pregame show and get a word in from the head coach in just a minute. When we come back, Coach Chuck Griffin joining our man Dave England down on the sidelines just a bit earlier. Stick around. This is Georgetown Eagle football.
And now, your hometown Fighting Tigers. Is this what you hear at your school's athletic events? Has school spirit disappeared from your halls? Well, Waterboy Graphics can't fix the depth along the offensive line. But what they can do is give the look of your athletic facilities a boost that will bring the pride back to students, teachers, and fans. Replace the fading 80s mural in the gym with a customized slick series of graphics that scream school pride. In the locker room before the big game on a Friday, surround the team with images of what it means to be a part of that elite team. From the fields to the courts to the hallways, Waterboy Graphics elevates boring facilities to a level that are typical to major universities. We can put graphics on anything. From creative concept to installation, Waterboy Graphics' in-house team is on point. So the next time this happens, and now, your hometown Fighting Tigers! This happens. Waterboy Graphics, making school pride cool again. See everything we do at waterboygraphics.com. That's waterboygraphics.com.
Hey, we're here with head football coach Chuck Griffin in the SHN pregame show. Coach, talk to us about these seniors. It's senior night tonight and what these kids have done for your program this year.
And they've just continued the tradition. You know, they've done a great job of following the blueprint and doing what's coming in front of them. And to have a coaching change in your senior year is a really tough deal. And, man, they've handled it with class and with ease. They've done a great job. They're great kids to be around. They work hard. They're fun to be around. And so it's been great.
That's awesome. How about, is there anything that you as a coaching staff can see that you can maybe improve upon as you head into this playoff run?
Oh, yeah. We don't have long enough to talk about all that tonight. I mean, that's just part of coaching. You know, there's something, it doesn't matter. You know, when you look at film, it's never as good as it was, and it's never as bad as it was. There's always stuff to fix. And so there's stuff that we got to get fixed, and we're going to work on some of that this week, and we're going to try to get better tonight.
How about this football weather?
All right, it's great. It's great football weather tonight. Love it.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. Program Insurance Group is designed to fit your insurance needs. We will help you manage and plan for all your potential risks. As professionals, we assess your needs and offer you a variety of insurance products to choose from. Service, whether it is in response to an insurance claim or general question, is the most important value we offer you. For more information, please visit pigbcs.com.
Back here at Birkelbach Field, we continue to count down to kickoff as the Georgetown Eagles wrap up the regular season against the Connally Cougars. Connally coming out of the tunnel on the far side through the smoke right now in their green tunnel. Georgetown continuing their warm-ups as you see the pregame video playing right now. Brad Tillery and Dave England up here in the booth. And Dave, a big night tonight, not only senior night out there, but it's playoff positioning night tonight, and that's why this game, you know, you hear a 1-8 Connally team against a 6-3 Georgetown team. For Georgetown, this game means a lot. It is the difference. If you win, you sew up that 3 seed, no matter what happens with Manor tomorrow night. Now, they do play Cedar Park. Cedar Park's going to be the favorite in that game. But no matter what happens, Georgetown is the 3 seed going into the playoffs next week if they can take care of business tonight.
Exactly. Excuse me, you look at the bottom of the roster of the standings in district, and all 3 remaining teams, Rouse, Connally, and Pflugerville, they all have 1 win in district. And so, you know, but you have to kind of be careful. Not that this is a problem tonight, but, you know, watch out for Connally. I think they're a little bit improved over last year. It's not the same Connally team, but, you know, the weather is better. It's not raining like it was last year. It's still cold, but, yeah, so, you know, it's going to be interesting tonight.
Georgetown comes out of the tunnel and busts through the paper. They are taking the field, and to the delight of those who are braving this cold weather here tonight on a Thursday night in Central Texas. And like we said, this is a game tonight. When you look at the standings, Georgetown, if they can win, wraps up that 3 seed. Cedar Park and Hutto have the 1 and 2 seeds all taken care of. And really the only thing left to figure out is the 3 and the 4 with Georgetown and Manor. Georgetown does have, and sorry folks, we're fixing the video here. We're switching back to our booth camera so we can get you a better feed. Georgetown and Manor will be the 3 and the 4. Everybody has their playoff spot wrapped up in District 11. It's just a matter of seeding. Georgetown with a win takes the 3 seed and would play the winner of a big game at Nelson Field tomorrow night in District 12. Dripping Springs has that district wrapped up. They've got the tiebreak over LBJ and Seguin, so no matter what happens tomorrow with Dripping Springs, they will be the 1 seed. But LBJ Austin and Seguin play tomorrow at Nelson Field in Northeast Austin. The winner will be the 2 seed, and if Georgetown wins tonight, will be the opponent next week for the Eagles in round 1 of the playoffs.
Okay, yeah, and Booster Club President Pete Thiel came up to the booth and was visiting with us and gave us some information that it looks like no matter what we're doing next week in the playoff game, we'll be at Nelson Field for this coming week's playoff game.
Yeah, you remember last year we actually went to Seguin for round 1, did the Georgetown Eagles and our crew. Even if Seguin wins tomorrow night, we found out that the game will be at Nelson Field in Austin because there's apparently construction or something going on at Seguin's football stadium with the season being over. So it's not going to be able to be used. So the teams have agreed to play at Nelson no matter what. For LBJ, it's a home game. That's their home stadium. But it's also a stadium they share. It's actually on Reagan's campus, so a little bit different just around the corner from LBJ. But for Seguin, if they become the 2 seed, they actually lose a home game and have to go neutral site to play potentially Georgetown.
Wow. Yeah, that's we saw Seguin last year, and I think that was a young team that we saw. They could be a better team this year. LBJ, they've got some studs there, and as you were talking about the corners that could be going D1. I think one was going to LSU, one's going to Alabama.
No, Rice. So, yeah,
Rice.
That LBJ team, they've got a couple of cornerbacks. One's heading to Rice. He's a senior. The other is, I forget their names. I saw him play very early in the year calling a game here on SHN Sports. And earlier this year, I saw them play. The other player on their corner is a sophomore who is heading to Alabama. So a couple of very talented cornerbacks, and they makes it hard to throw on LBJ. They're very fast. They play quickly. The key with LBJ, they are a little thin. They don't have the deepest roster, so you could potentially get them there and wear them down a bit. But that's looking a little too far ahead right now. We still got 48 minutes of football tonight. Depending on how things do, we can really start previewing a game potentially next week. But first things first, the Eagles have to take care of business against the Cougars. We're going to step aside real quick, let you hear the national anthem. When we come back, kickoff of tonight's game, the season finale of the regular season finale for the Georgetown Eagles. Stick around on SHN Sports.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rockets in air, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job by the young lady in the booth next to us singing on the PA microphone as we count down the kickoff here. The national anthem has been played. They will wait for the colors to be marched off the field. And once we do, we'll have kickoff tonight between Georgetown and Connelly. The Georgetown regular season so much mirrors last year. I know we talked about it already a bit, but it's you don't often see, if you look at the schedule and pace it up last year and you pace it up this year, it's a mirror image of each other. Even the 3 losses came to the exact same 3s, Dave.
It is, and there's a lot of similarities. We had Jackson Siosin, a mobile quarterback last year. This year we've got another mobile quarterback in Darson Herman. We've got great wide receivers, great running backs. Diaz is back. The team is almost very, very similar.
You just mentioned it. We saw it earlier in warm-ups. Nate Diaz was kicking in warm-ups. First time we've seen him, or Matt Diaz, rather. First time we've seen him in quite a while. And he actually made a 45-yarder right before they left the field for warm-ups. So interested to see if he gets out there and gets some playing time tonight. But that's a big boost. And you wouldn't think a field goal kicker coming back, but it really expands your offensive scoring zone.
So tonight is just such a special night. It's the last game at home for these seniors, class of 2020. They'll be graduating in May. And, Emily, I got to speak with her. She's down there. She's been reporting now for 3 years, so it's her last game at home. So before we hit the playoffs. So there'll be kids tonight after the game, taking a last stroll across the football field. So it'll be special for these kids, and I think they want to go out with a bang. And Emily said they were pumped up. They're excited for this game, and so it'll be fun. Looking at the crowd here, there's, for as cold as it is tonight, there's a decent number of folks that are braving the cold. And a lot of blankets down there. That's the name of the game tonight. Well, I'm sure they'll be selling a lot of hot chocolate.
Folks, if you're wondering who Emily is, if you're new to the broadcast, that's Dave's beautiful young daughter. She is a senior here at Georgetown. She's an reporter on the sideline. She's been working with this team and reporting for quite some time, and I know she's emotional tonight getting ready for this final game as well. You won't find many bigger football fans than her. Back deep for the Georgetown Eagles, it's Brandon Bradford and Cade Lachlan. Kicking away for Connelly will be Justin Santos, the sophomore, having to have someone hold it down for him with the wind blowing. Kick away with the wind blowing at Santos's back. It's an end-over-end kick fielded at the 5-yard line by Brandon Bradford. Counts a big hole across the 20, and he's upended right around the 22-23. We got some extracurricular activity after the play. Referees will have some discretion there, no penalty being called. And Georgetown will take over at their own 25 to start the ball game.
That's surprising, Brad. They're already trying to set the pace for the game and coming out scrappy like that. That's really not needed. It's just a kickoff. Georgetown always keeps their composure. They'll do just fine, and here we go.
Well, Georgetown and the offense come out to play for the first time today. It's Darson Herman leading the charge. 3 wide receivers in the set to the far side. In motion goes Brandon Bradford. Instead, it's a fake handoff, and it's a flick out to Bradford on the right side. Makes one man miss, can't pick up a block, and he's taken down at the 28 for a short gain on first down.
It was a neat misdirection there, kind of. He faked the handoff to the left, and good pass out to the right for him.
Georgetown on the far right hash mark. They love to go fast. Good to have a Thursday night game. We get to show you live video tonight, folks. There's a turnaround and a handoff to Ryan Eady up the middle. Cuts through one hole. Back across the 40. Makes a man miss. Lowers his shoulder, and he's out to midfield. A first down run for Ryan Eady and a 22-yard pickup.
So Ryan just picks up right where he left off against Rouse. Picking up big yards. You feed him the ball, he's going to get going and get a first down.
Eady now goes to the left of Herman with the ball right at midfield. Fake handoff, bubble screen to the right side. It is caught, but that'll be a drop for about 2 yards on a loss. I didn't see who made the catch out there, but it'll be 2nd and 11 for Georgetown.
Well covered by Connelly on that one. I think they expected that, as that receiver stepped back on the right side there.
Hard to see the numbers, folks. Georgetown going with the black uniform tops tonight with the blue numbers trimmed in white, the white pants and the black helmets. We are 1 week away from blue pants season. There's a handoff to Eady up the middle. He'll push the pile forward and pick up a couple. Here comes 3rd and long. Of course, next week during the playoffs, Georgetown will go with the traditional blue tops with the blue pants. They save them for playoff time and gold football season.
Blue Storm.
The Cougars wearing the white unis, trimmed out in a forest green around the shoulders. Also the green numerals with the black trim and the white pants and the dark green helmets. Rolling to the right, Herman looking to throw. Instead, he'll tuck it. Go forward across the 42, runs into his own man, and he falls about 2 yards shy of the first down.
So now, Brad, it's decision time. You're into their territory. Do you go ahead and, do a quick, get the 2 yards to get the first down? And it looks as though, Brad, they're setting up for it.
Georgetown going into the wind, moving right to left towards the north right now. It is 4th and 2 from the 42. Herman motions Eady to the right. Man in motion is Lachlan. It'll be a fake handoff to him. Herman up the middle, through the hole, across the 30, to the 20, off to the races at the 10, 5, touchdown! touchdown, Georgetown. Darson Herman scampers for 42 yards.
Brad, that's the confidence they have in that mobile quarterback in Herman. You give him the ball, you feed him, and he's going to break that hole. That's a 4th and 2. 4th and 2. That's the confidence they have in this offense right now, Georgetown.
Darson Herman with a long touchdown run right up the gut on 4th and 2. And here comes the extra point. And it is Diaz kicking. Spot down, kick up. Kick is good. And your score with 9:27 to go in the opening quarter. The Georgetown Eagles lead it 7-0 over the Connally Cougars. Back in just a minute with more Georgetown football on SHN Sports.
Now that's the sound of Eagle football. While the Eagles deliver on the field, Extraco delivers off the field. Whether it's opening up a small business, growing your business, retirement, or something simpler, we'll work with you to make it a reality. Let's build some dreams. Tell us your dreams at extracobanks.com. Extraco Banks is a member FDIC. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at GeorgetownShirtCompany.com.
Back here in Georgetown as the Eagles lead it 7-0 early over the Connally Cougars. A 42-yard 4th down touchdown run from Darson Herman puts the Eagles on the board, and a fair catch called for. Nope, now it's caught by Connally. It takes off later. That's going to be a delay of game penalty on Connally. Number 22, McAnthony Everest, threw his hand up in the air for the fair catch and then took off. So he'll actually be penalized 5 yards for that.
Yeah, just an easy flag. Unfortunate that you just can't call for a fair catch and then take off running. You call for a fair catch, that's where it sits. So,
by the way, that Georgetown scoring drive goes 6 plays, 75 yards, last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We also want to welcome you back for the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter, as the Eagles lead it 7-0 over Connally. I want to thank all of our great sponsors out there. Thanks so much for making Georgetown football possible here on SHN Sports. Connally with their first drive of the game, folks. If we don't have all the updates on this down and distance, by the way, on the scoreboard, we apologize. There's a quick flick to the far side. It's complete, and a short gain of about 3 to Faison Washington. We are short-staffed up here tonight, so a couple of us pulling double duty on a few different things.
Looking forward to seeing how many times we call Taylor Beal's name tonight. They cover so much territory out there, him and Matt Anderson and Andreas Langhorn.
Fake handoff, throw near sideline, ball complete, across the 35, make one man miss. Now cutting back up towards the middle, that's Dyson McGrew. He's got a block around across the 40, enough for the first down, makes another man miss to the 50 across midfield, and that's a first down pickup. Dyson McGrew just ran about 80 yards to pick up 20, but it's a first down.
A lot of speed there. It wasn't working on the right side. He had enough speed to reverse field and go all the way back the other side and gets that first down. It's a very impressive run by Connally.
So Connally in Georgetown territory at the 48-yard line for the Eagles. Of the Eagles, I should say. First and 10. Handoff over the right side. That's Washington cutting up across the 40. And he will be close to a first down. Ball spotted right about the 39, so it should bring up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, we're seeing some nice speed from Connally. They've got some shifty runners there, a lot of speed.
It will be 2nd and a yard for Connally from the 39-yard line here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Handoff, nope, fake, keeping it right up the middle is the quarterback, Justin Santos. Plenty for the first down as he'll bowl his way forward across the 30 and to about the 29. Pickup of 10 there, and Connolly's just pushing the ball right down the field on this Georgetown defense to start the game.
We saw this early against Rouse. Georgetown just took a little bit to settle in. Their defense was adjusting to the speed of the game and what they were given. But, it was the bend, don't break. They were able to pretty much pitch a shutout, I believe, the first-team defense that whole game against Rouse.
1st and 10. Looking for the throw to the far sideline. Ball is caught and then hit hard about the 31-yard line. And coming up on that tackle for Georgetown looked to be Andreas Langhorn. You're right. Like we said, folks, a little tough to see the numbers tonight considering the uniforms Georgetown's wearing, but might be a little slow identifying. We apologize if that's the case.
Good thing is you've got the video on a Thursday night.
That is true. 2nd down. There's a reverse for Connelly. Now they'll flip back to the quarterback. He throws as he's hit, and it is incomplete. Credit the pressure on the backside from Georgetown as it was number 59 coming up with a play, Marcus Herrera. He stuck with it after the reverse pitch back to the quarterback. Santos was looking down the middle, and the coverage was pretty good for Georgetown too, but really it was Herrera hitting the quarterback Santos as he threw it that kind of disrupted the play.
And just nice sportsmanship, too. He turned around and helps him up off the ground. And 3rd and long now, Brad.
3rd down, 9 to go, 7:07 to go in the first quarter. Fake handoff, keeping himself Santos towards the left side. He's across the 25, but no more. And he'll be far short of a 1st down. Hargrove with the tackle as Braden, the senior on senior night, able to pull him down. And it'll be 4th and 5.
Brad, he pulled him down and he came up holding the football, too. So. It's Halloween was last week. No more tricks or treats tonight.
Here is 4th and 5 for Georgetown, or excuse me, for Connelly.
They're going to opt to go for it.
I think they're going to be aggressive. Connelly literally has nothing to lose tonight.
Absolutely. They're going to give everything they can tonight.
Santos takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw, being pressured from behind. He gets it away, but it's too tall for the intended receiver. Receiver wanted a flag down there. It was intended for Jamari Twidwell, but that ball was far out of his reach, and it's a turnover on down, so Georgetown holds.
So this is eerie, similar to what we saw last week against Rouse. Bend, don't break. You know, they give up a couple of big plays, but they don't let anything get over their head, and they control the situation, and they get out of it, and now they've got the ball back at the 24-yard line, which is just as good as getting a punt return or something like that. So good job. Credit to Georgetown defense. Get to sit a spell and let the offense go to work for hopefully a nice long drive.
5 wide set for Georgetown and Darson Herman. 1st and 10 from their own 24. Looking to throw quick. Herman has to tuck it. Now he's going to run it through the hole across the 30. Slides forward. Picks up about 7 on 1st down. And a nice run for Herman.
Brad, is that the first slide you've seen?
I have.
normally
he usually likes to run people over, man.
Yeah. So, but good. We need him for late in the playoffs, and he's got 2 more years after this. So, only a sophomore.
Pistol formation. Herman fakes the handoff, rolling out to the near side to his left. He will square his shoulders, looks to throw. It's incomplete. Intended for Cade Lachlan. And here comes 3rd and 3.
That's a difficult throw for a right-handed young man out there. He's coming around to the left, and he's got to kind of, bend his body around and throw that ball on the run. It's cold tonight. There are a lot of things against him on that play.
Herman motions Edie to his left on 3rd and 3. Herman to throw quickly to the far sideline. Ball is caught, but might be short of the sticks.
Very close. That Connelly corner was covering fast. He was coming quick, and he was very fortunate that didn't get picked off right there. It could have been an easy pick 6.
Brandon Bradford pulls it in. It will be short. No gain on the play. Actually, short gain of 1. You know what? The other aspect of that, though, could have been picked, but if he doesn't get it and Bradford's able to stay in bounds, there's nobody behind him to make the tackle, and Bradford's off to the races.
Yeah.
So that'll bring up a punt situation for Georgetown as it is 4th and 2. Snap back, it is low. Connelly didn't bring a rush. It'll be a low kick that will take a very nice Georgetown bounce and settle in at the 35. And so Connelly takes over their second possession there with 5:04 to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter.
Kind of a little bit of a slow start there. Would have liked to see, a couple of first downs. It's not hot out there tonight, so defense is. But you want to see the defense get a little bit of a break. But they'll go right back to work and slow down this Connelly high-speed kiddos they've got out there.
Let's see how Connelly tries to react on this drive. They moved the ball pretty well last time they had it. Actually got about 46 yards of offense before the drive sputtered out. Three receivers to the left. Actually, two receivers and an up back. There's the handoff over the left side to Dyson and McGrew. He's being corralled by a couple of Georgetown defenders and gets just a short gain of about 2 on first down.
It looked like Andreas Langhorn was the first one to get to him and just really bottled him up there, and there was nowhere for him to go, and it gave time for the rest of the defense to get in there and swarm in.
2nd and 8 for the Connally Cougars. Actually, they're officially going to give them 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7. Connally taking their time with pace a bit. No reason to rush for them. There's a handoff to McGrew, trying to bounce it outside after press in the middle, and that time he is spun down for a loss.
Langhorn again, just all over read that.
That was not Langhorn. That was Matt Anderson, the linebacker, stepping up and making the play there.
Those little bitty numbers, a 2 and a 5.
Well, it's the little bitty numbers, and they're on the black jerseys, man, so they're going to be tough tonight. But
my apologies.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure I'll do it 30 more times tonight myself. Here comes 3rd down and 8. 3 receivers to the right. Man goes into motion. Flaring out to the near side to the running back is Washington. It's going to be enough for a first down as he crossed the 45 and ridden out of bounds by Andres Langhorn. But Faison Washington's able to pick up 12 yards on the play and a first down.
That's a neat play they called up there to be able to. They're having to spread out. They're just not going to have much luck running up the middle. They're having to really spread out there and go to the corners, go to the edges.
And there you see they actually motioned everyone deep with the wide receivers and then brought the running back out of the backfield on the quick throw, and nobody was underneath to catch him. Looking to throw again to Washington, and he is hit right as he tried to catch the football.
Incomplete.
That'll be incomplete. It was big number 28 there, John Miranda, coming up with the hit, forcing the incompletion. It's 2nd down.
The timing was great. John really timed that. He got to him just in time, and the receiver, I think, heard those footsteps coming on that wet turf, and he could not secure that football.
Ball on the right hash mark with 3:41 to go here in the opening frame. There is a handoff to the left side to Washington. He cuts upfield across the 50 to the 40. That's enough for a first down. As Faison Washington, man, he's got a little burst of speed once he finds a crease. That one picks up 14 on the play. It's a first down.
Didn't quite hear it, but you kind of could get the sense next door they were saying holding, so I don't know if they got away with a hold on that one.
1st and 10 here for Georgetown. Fake handoff. Santos to keep. He tries to slide, and he got nailed right as he was going feet first down to the ground, did Justin Santos.
That is interesting. He decided to keep the ball, and I think he regretted that decision.
Yeah.
He saw a wall of black jerseys coming at him, and he's like, I give up. I'm going to go to the ground on that one.
It was one of those I immediately regret this decision kind of moments.
He slid quick on that one.
2nd and 9, under 3 minutes to go now in the first quarter. Option to the left side. It'll be pitched out to Washington. He'll head toward the sideline around the 30-yard line before he's forced out of bounds there. I believe that was Taylor Beal coming up with the tackle, and it should be 3rd down and 3.
Interesting. They're throwing everything in the playbook at us there. So you get to see an option there. So we've seen just about every kind of play Connally could run here. So they're opening up the playbook on us.
3rd and 3, and you mentioned it. Cougars are really just trying to go to the edges on this Georgetown defense. They're not really pushing much up the middle at all, or even attempting to. There's a handoff to Washington over the right side. Now he'll cut back up. He's tripped up in the backfield, and it's going to be really close depending on where they decide to mark this, if it's a first down or not.
So Georgetown, as you see some guys coming on and off the field, they have the luxury of having a lot of defensive linemen and linebackers that they switch out. They always try and keep guys fresh in there so they can have that good pass rush and get in the backfield and disrupt things, Brad.
Here's 4th and inches for Connally. And now that defensive lineman that you just mentioned, that deep D-line, here's where they got to step up. Georgetown brings the run blitz. It's a handoff. Washington's able to squirt through, and it's a first down for Faison Washington and the Connally Cougars. Man, a well-timed run blitz called by Georgetown, but Washington's slippery, and he just found the crease and is able to squirt through for the first down.
Georgetown is sticking with that 3-3 stack like we've seen all season with the corners and three safeties back there. So it's worked well for them. They've when you've got linebackers like Matt Anderson and Taylor Beal, it works well.
Here's the 10th play of the drive for Connally. A minute and 11 to go in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Another handoff to Washington. He'll cut up the middle across the 20 to the 15, down to the 10, and he is inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. A 17-yard pickup, and it's first and goal for the Cougars.
Just a lot of action, a lot of moving parts in their offense behind the line of scrimmage, and maybe throwing the defense off just a little bit, not used to what they're seeing. Or maybe it's different than what they saw in film. Maybe they saved a lot of stuff for this game.
Fake handoff to Washington. Instead, up the middle goes Santos, and he's wrestled down at the 4-yard line. Did not see who made that tackle, but Santos is a little slow getting up here as Justin Santos.
They're going to call officials
they're
timeout
going
now.
to have to check in on him with 32 seconds to go in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter, a fast-moving first quarter that, I'll tell you what, this Connally Cougar team, they're on an 11-play march right now. And you remember last year's game, everybody thought, well, Georgetown would just run away with this football game. Connally had the lead at the half last year.
Right. Yeah, it was like, we were like, uh-oh, that's interesting. I couldn't remember, as we talked on the broadcast last year, when was the last time Georgetown trailed like that?
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, Connally had that lead. So certainly something that Eagles fans, I'm sure, can remember from last year and understand, like, hey, this Connally team, they're not a pushover. That game last year, I think it was 15-10 at the half, something like that, 15-12 before the Eagles came out storming in the third quarter. But, this Cougar team, they've come to play tonight so far. 19 plays and 96 yards for the Connally Cougars over just a drive and a half. Thanks to Mr. Galen Welnicki to our left, our stat keeper extraordinaire.
The legend, Galen Welnicki.
Second and goal for Connally from the 4. There's a handoff to Washington. He'll cut back towards the middle, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a short gain of 1, but nothing else there. Looked like big number 59, Marcus Herrera, stepping up to make that tackle. Here comes third down and goal.
Great job by the defense. You really want to see them, hold the line right now and keep Connally. They really did a good job of closing those gaps, and now it looks like Connally's going to have to. It's the end of the first quarter.
Well, that is the end of the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter, and after 12 minutes of play, the Georgetown Eagles lead at 7-0, but Connally's knocking on the door. Back with more Georgetown Eagle football in just a minute on SHN Sports.
If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105. Royce Electric is a proud supporter of the Georgetown Eagles. Royce Electric also wishes Kaylee Biondo a great year. Go Eagles! Royce Electric, Harker Heights, Texas.
Back here in Georgetown for the start of the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. It is third and goal for the Connally Cougars from the Georgetown 3-yard line, as Connally is looking to tie this ball game up. Man goes in motion, handoff up the middle, stutter step, and into the end zone. The Connally Cougars have a touchdown, and they're an extra point away from tying it up. It was number 23, Dyson McGrew, on the 3-yard drive, or the 3-yard dive play, and that'll cap off a 13-play scoring drive for Connally.
It's an impressive long drive for Connally. Hats off to them. They just, they're throwing everything they can in the playbook, like we said, and a lot of moving parts in the backfield. Maybe shifting some eyes on our defense.
By the way, a new quarterback in for Connally. It was Darius McGrew, I believe they're brothers, and the extra point, by the way, is no good. And so Georgetown will hold their lead at 7-6. With 11:56 to go in the second quarter. Back in just a minute after a word from some more of our sponsors. This is Georgetown football on SHN Sports.
If If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com. Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmidt, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com.
Well, the Georgetown Eagles lead it 7-6, but Connelly coming off a long 13-play drive to cap off a 3-yard touchdown run from Dyson McGrew. And Connelly kicks it away, moving right to left. And that ball will be touched, and Georgetown's able to get on it around the 30. So the Eagles take over there. By the way, that drive for Connelly, 13 plays, 65 yards. And it took up 5 minutes and I believe, let me do some quick math, 9 seconds on the clock.
So we were very fortunate on that kickoff, Brad. That was touched, unfortunately, by a Georgetown player or kicked right at him, that squib kick. So we got really lucky on that we were able to retain possession of the football.
Georgetown takes it over at their own 34 here. Carson Herman leads the troops back on the field. An opening drive touchdown for Herman on this first drive of the game. They went 3 and out last time, did the Eagles. Been a while since they've had the football. There's a handoff to Edie up the middle. He'll be spun around and down at the 42, but a nice first down game for Ryan Edie. Second down and 2 now for the Georgetown Eagles. I don't think Georgetown wants to get too exotic with the play calling tonight if they can help it, knowing that the playoffs are coming next week. Right. There's a handoff again to Edie up the middle. Plenty of space to get the first down. He's out to the 49-yard line and another pickup of 7.
Yeah, this time of the year, Brad, you start to see some folks that you don't necessarily recognize over here in the stands. And, they're from LBJ or they're from Seguin or from one of the other opposing districts that we might face next week.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's going to be some Georgetown coaches at Nelson Field tomorrow night as well, scouting that one out.
Absolutely.
First and 10 for Georgetown from their own 49. A handoff over the right side, cutting up across the 50 is Edie, spinning off one tackle. He's down to the 44, and it's another gain of about 7 for Georgetown on first down and Ryan Edie.
Just great running by Edie and Zane Quick. You'll probably see him in the game later, but hey, how about that? A nice first down run. We've got 7 yards on that carry.
Edie stays in the game behind Herman. Handoff to Edie, and he's hitting the backfield and will actually get back to about the line of scrimmage, but no more. Credit Caleb Green stepping up on the tackle there for Connelly. We'll actually credit him with a tackle for loss there as Edie drops a yard. And it'll be third down and a long 3 for Georgetown. 7-6 your score, 10:15 to go in the second quarter. Snap, throw, near sideline, ball caught. Off to the races, down the sideline, Brandon Bradford to the 20, 15, 10, and pushed out of bounds inside the 10 around the 6 as Bradford is able to take off and pick up 39 yards on 3rd and 3.
Bradford's had a great season. He's a junior, and he's just producing really, really well this year. He's a 5'10", 180-pound junior, just being really productive. In fact, he lives across the street from us, so it's fun watching him play.
First and goal for the Eagles now. Ball spotted at the 6-yard line. 39-yard pass. Edie in the backfield with Herman. Man in motion is Bradford. And Herman drops it on the snap, and Edie wisely and alertly just falls on the football at the 10.
That's happened a couple of times this year, little drop on that exchange there, but it's cold, and that football is a lot stiffer, harder.
It gets slick and it gets hard out there.
On a cold night like this, so
2nd and 10 for Georgetown. Actually, 2nd and goal from the 10. There's a handoff to Edey up the middle. Big hole across the 5. Lowers his shoulder. He's down to the 3. And here comes 3rd and goal now from the 3 after the 7-yard gain.
So in the past, we've seen him hand it off to, starting to call him the bulldozer, Darson Herman. They'll give it to him, and he'll just run right in behind the big nasties on that front line.
3rd and goal for Georgetown from the 3. Edey to the right of Herman. Man in motion. There is the handoff to the right, and cutting around the 5, making a man miss, diving for the pylon. It will be good. Touchdown, Georgetown. I think that was Cade Lachlan on the end around there. And Georgetown finds the end zone for the 2nd time tonight.
You hear that band playing? That was a really good. He fooled me. I almost messed up with the camera there. It looked like he was going to keep it, and he handed it off to Lachlan there on that kind of an end around.
Yeah, end around play to Cade Lachlan. Extra point on the way from Matt Diaz. His kick is up. It is good. And your new score with 8:40 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection 2nd quarter. The Georgetown Eagles lead it 14-6 over the Connally Cougars. Back in just a minute with more Georgetown football here on SHN Sports.
The most important team member isn't always playing in the game. Sometimes they hold a clipboard on the sideline. A good coach doesn't just call plays. They instill confidence in the individual and help the team overcome adversity. At Frost, we believe that good coaching in your financial life can accomplish the same thing. After all, if we believe in you and you believe in you, anything is possible. Frost. Opt for optimism.
Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home.
Kickoff here after the touchdown drive for Georgetown. Ball fielded at the 34 and pushed out of bounds there on the short little kickoff from Georgetown at the 38. And that's where Connelly will take over for their first drive of the 2nd quarter. Georgetown leads this football game 14-6 after the 6-play, 66-yard touchdown drive lasted 3 minutes, 14 seconds, capped off by the Cade Lachlan 3-yard touchdown on the end around.
Kelly, if you're listening on the stream, you missed Officer Signs with Georgetown Police Department. Came up to say hi to you. So shout out to Georgetown PD. They're doing just an outstanding job of law enforcement in Georgetown, keeping everybody safe.
1st and 10, Connelly. Ball at the 38-yard line. Snap back and coming with the pressure and getting with the sack. Just credit everybody on that Georgetown defense with the sack.
I saw Colby. I saw 59. I saw 48. Braden Hargrove. So great. They busted through that Connelly line with ease.
31. The ball spotted back at the 31, so a loss of 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 17. Let's see if the defense can start taking this ball game over now for Georgetown with an 8-point lead. There's a snap and a handoff to the right to Fazan Washington. Trying to go on the end around to the right side, being bottled up, tries to cut back across the 30, and he slips and gets back to the line of scrimmage. No more. Good job by the Georgetown defense to funnel him back into helping defenders. Here comes 3rd down.
Exactly, because the last time that happened, he reversed field and went all the way back, and they didn't let that happen this time. They bottled him up. So, but the good things happen when the defense gets to rest. We have a nice long scoring drive. Defense sits there on the sideline, and they're good to go now.
I said 6 plays. That was an 8-play drive from Georgetown last drive. My apologies there. Drop back to pass. Quick screen play set up. It's incomplete. The pressure was there from the Georgetown Eagle defense. Almost got a sack, but instead they'll settle for the 3 and out.
It was either going to be a sack, an interception, but it ended up being an incomplete pass because it was an inaccurate pass. He couldn't set his feet because he had black jerseys all around him. The offensive line, unfortunately for Connelly, just fell apart on that drive and was not able to protect the quarterback.
Say hello to some folks listening into the game, watching the stream tonight, to Cohen and Jack Ward.
Yes, they've been listening seems like every week we give them shout-outs. Great to have them on the call or on the broadcast listening in.
Gage Bowles listening in. Georgetown coming with a block attempt. That one just got off, and fielding it right at midfield there for Georgetown is Cade Locklead. So the Eagles will get great field position to take over this drive. Also say hey to our normal producer, engineer Nathan Height, who's out there watching the game tonight, but he had some other business to attend to on the SHN Sports Network this evening, so couldn't join us up here.
Brad, you just feel like...
Well, hold on. We might have a roughing the kicker here. Nope, they're going to say running into the kicker. That's a 5-yard penalty. So it'll be back Georgetown up 5 yards to the 45-yard line.
So many good things happened on that drive, Brad. Our defense, of course, came on the field. They were rested, and because of that, they really played well. And now they're off the field. They did their job. Now they're resting again. And you feel like it's just turned the tide of this game, in Georgetown's favor, and the momentum now is on Georgetown, and you wonder how the offense is going to come out. Are they going to come out with a big, quick strike or just keep steady running the ball?
Speaking of Nathan Height, he's here now. Came into the booth. Also want to say hello to Rodrigo Castilleja, listening in tonight. Georgetown takes the snap. Herman fakes the handoff, now flares it to the far sideline, and falling down at the 43 for a loss of a couple of yards there. That was Brandon Bradford.
That's a difficult one to catch. He's spinning around, turning around. The turf is wet down there. So, credit to him. He didn't lose the ball because it was almost a backwards pass.
2nd and 11 for the Georgetown Eagles at the 44-yard line. Snap back to Herman. It's going to be a quarterback keeper the whole way. Running up the middle, and he picks up just a few yards. Connelly read that well. It'll be 3rd and long now. 3rd and 7 coming up.
You just get excited when Herman keeps the ball. It takes you back to the Hubenek days in 2012, and all of our quarterbacks have been able to take off and run with the ball. It's fun. You just don't want them to get hurt, but it's fun.
3rd down 7 now for Georgetown. Herman takes the snap, dropping back, looking to his right. Will fire. He's got a man. It's complete, and that should be enough for a 1st down. They will mark it as he has an extra yard more than he needs. I could not see the number who came up with it. It was Tyler Fithian with the catch.
Tyler Fithian's done really well all season, Brad. He's been a very reliable receiver out there for Darson Herman.
Well, Fithian needed 7. He got 8. So the ball now at the Connelly 44 with 5:55 to go in the quarter. There's a handoff up the middle to Edie, and he'll get to about the 41-yard line.
Got good forward progress.
Actually, that was Quick. My apologies. Yeah. That was Zane Quick in there.
Good forward progress, and a decent run on 2nd down. It's right, just chewing up the clock and keeping the ball on the ground. Mixing up the plays, keeping Connelly honest.
3 wide receivers to the left for Georgetown. Heavy set to the right with a tight end in the game. Fake handoff, throw to the slot. That ball's complete at the 35. Maybe about the 36. They came backwards a bit on the play. It was Bradford with the catch.
Connelly bid on run all the way on that one. So great. Very glad to see we didn't hand the ball off on that one because there was nothing happening there. And complete pass and 3rd and short opportunity.
Looked to be an RPO there, Dave. Where
good read.
He gets the option to pull it out and throw it if that's the read. Connelly looks at the stack in the box here on 3rd and 2. There is a handoff to Quick. He'll try to bounce out to the left side and just gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It'll be 4th and 2 for Georgetown.
Again, I think you'll see them go for it. The only other thing they could do is maybe do a little pooch kick and really make it and back up Connelly against their end zone there.
Last time Georgetown had 4th and 2, Darson Herman took off for a 42-yard touchdown run.
Yes, sir. I like the odds.
The trend is nice, right?
Yes.
4:24 to go in the Courtney Home Inspection 2nd quarter, with Georgetown leading by 8. Man in motion to the left. Herman takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He'll throw. It is complete to Locklead at the 31, and that's a 1st down for the Georgetown Eagles.
Everybody was expecting run on that one.
I was too.
I zoomed in the camera because I thought it was going to be a run, and had a little pass there. That was good.
8th play of the drive coming for the Georgetown Eagles. Ball at the 31 now, and the right hash mark. Herman hands it off. Little stop in the hole for Zane Quick, and just nowhere to go as the middle got eaten up by the Connelly defensive line. Loss of 1 on the play.
Sure love hearing that band in the stands. They're having fun. It's the last night that these kids as seniors are going to be in this stadium in that capacity. So let them have a good time. Let them make a lot of noise.
5 wide receivers here for Georgetown. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Herman all back there by his lonesome. Snap to it. It's a quarterback draw right up the middle. He's got a big hole across the 25. Tries to bounce out left and lunges forward towards the 20. He's got enough for a first down. A 12-yard gain for Darson Herman on the quarterback keeper up the middle, and Georgetown's in the red zone.
What a great fake. You know, it looks like pass all the way, and he just takes off. And big hole, like you said, up the middle. That offensive line really does a great job.
10th play of the drive, trips to the right for Georgetown. Handoff to Zane Quick, and he is tackled by the ankles right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job by Caleb Green to shoot in there and make that stop. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brad, I just really like that they're sticking with the run. They're being stubborn with it. They don't stop. They keep messing with the run because it brings Connelly up and opens up those passes.
2:34 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. Georgetown still with all 3 timeouts. The Cougars have all 3 as well. Georgetown no rush right now. There's a handoff over the right side. That is Quick across the 20. Makes one man miss, and then a flag comes in late. I think it's going to be a face mask against Quick. Somebody got across the face mask there as he's taken down around the 18-yard line. We'll wait for the official call.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good hit, too, so I'm anxious to see what they have to say on this one.
Personal foul, and it will be a face mask against Connelly.
Good eyes.
Like I told Kelly one time, blind squirrels and such, it happens. So that'll put Georgetown at 1st and goal from the 9-yard line with 2:15 to go here in the second quarter. Georgetown trying to drive for their 3rd touchdown of the first half. First 2 have come via the ground. Zane Quick takes the handoff, finds a hole up the middle. He's out to about the 5 and will be tackled there, so a gain of 4 on first down.
Great read, too. I think Darson wasn't going to have any success if he kept the ball and was able to give it off to Zane Quick so pretty quick.
And, you like the way that Darson doesn't keep it as much because when he does keep it eventually, it really sucks in that defense and opens up the outside.
Yep.
Zane Quick takes another handoff up the middle, trying to carry a defender with him. Inside the 3, down to about the 2-yard line, and he'll be bottled up there. Somebody had a hold of his jersey, holding on for dear life, and here comes 3rd and 2.
That's just
or 3rd and goal, rather.
Great, tough running. Credit the offensive line. Zane Quick for not giving up on that play. Just tough running. Exciting to see that.
14th play of the drive coming. Georgetown's only thrown it 4 times the whole drive. Herman on the direct snap to the right. He will waltz in. Touchdown, Georgetown. Darson Herman with his 2nd touchdown run of the night. This one from 2 yards, and Georgetown expands the lead.
Mr. Tillery, nobody touched him.
Nope.
Not a hand was laid on your Georgetown.
You and I got just as close as everyone else did down there. Herman with a 2-yard touchdown run. 1:04 to go. Extra point on the way here for Matt Diaz, who returns to the lineup tonight. His kick is up, and it is good. And your new score with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. Georgetown's expand the lead to 21-6. Back in just a minute with more Georgetown football here on SHN Sports.
Matt Morrow of Gateway Mortgage Group is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports. As one of the country's largest privately held mortgage companies, you can expect smart solutions to meet nearly any mortgage need. From the right products to great rates and technology that powers it all, you'll find it here. Gateway Mortgage Group, your local residential lender. Borrow from Morrow. Visit them online at borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148. The The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Back here in Georgetown, where the Eagles have expanded the lead to 21-6, and the kickoff will bounce through the end zone for a touchback. And 1:04 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. Georgetown capping off a 14-play, 55-yard drive with the Darcy Herman 2-yard touchdown run. Drive took up more than half the quarter at 6 minutes, 11 seconds. Georgetown waiting for Connelly to come back out. Minute and 4 to go here in the first half. Stick around for the halftime show. We'll have the band out there. We think they'll be playing. Yeah, they're walking out there. I'll say it's cold. You never know tonight, Dave.
We won't have the audio, but we will definitely show the video.
We got the audio. We're good.
We're not able to because of the YouTube.
Oh, copyrights. Yeah, my apologies, folks. As
yellow flies out there.
Carry around the right side, and flag comes in late for. See who it is against. See, things I didn't know.
Yeah. So
it's like the NBC star. The more you know, right?
We did that last week. We had a Thursday night game at Rouse, and we were able to. Had the video, but we were talking during halftime about everything. So.
Well, we'll step aside here at halftime for sure, folks. Take a break and let you watch everything. We'll come back on a little early.
Target 48. That'll be number 48. First, not flagrant foul of the game. Be 15 yards. First down.
Braden Hargrove called for targeting on the play. So it's a 15-yard penalty against him. It's non-flagrant, so he gets to stay in the football game. But if he picks up another personal foul that would be considered flagrant or anything of the sort, he'd be gone. So
yeah, we've got it. They've got those rules in place just to be careful. Obviously football's a lot of fun, but we just don't want to get these youngsters hurt. So that's important that they pay attention to that and they enforce those rules.
So the ball goes out to the 46-yard line now. It'll be 1st and 10 Connelly with 58 seconds to go. Snap back, looking to throw. Back in the game, Justin Santos. He'll throw to the near side. It's caught, spinning off of one tackle up to the 45 and pulled out of bounds there is McAnthony Everest. I believe it was Taco Williams in on the tackle.
Andreas Langhorne had an opportunity to have him drop for a loss. And he's a little bummed he didn't get that young man wrapped up out there.
Actually, a loss of 1 on the play. Takes it back to the 45. So second down and 11 to go. Three wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Snap back, looking to throw. Santos steps up in the pocket, and he is swallowed up by the defensive line for the Georgetown Eagles. Won't technically be a sack because he picked up about maybe a quarter of a yard, but I think Georgetown will take it because the clock's rolling now, and it's 3rd and 11.
Looks like senior defensive lineman Alex Hernandez was in on that play. Got all over him.
Here comes 3rd down and 10 now for Connelly. 22 seconds to go in the first half. Santos looks to throw, far sideline, ball complete across the 45, and upended there and taken down. What a hit on the far side from number 28, John Miranda, to make that tackle. And timeout, I think, is called, and it will be called by Connelly with 4th down coming. Real quick, folks, we're going to tell you that about WVE Vehicle Electronics. They offer a portfolio of high-quality aftermarket vehicle electronics, including connectors, relays, solenoids, switches, emission and Ignition Electronics. Building upon a foundation of premium, full-line programs established under the NGK Sparkplug and NTK sensor brands, WVE products are rigorously tested and engineered to perform in import and domestic vehicles. For your vehicle electronic needs, choose WVE Vehicle Electronics, precision engineered to perform. Found at your hometown Fox Auto Parts store in Georgetown, Texas. It'll be 4th down and 8 for Connelly with 11 seconds to go in the quarter. And you got to think, partner, maybe they're thinking about just one play for the final long play and see if they can break one out before the half.
You know, I was just thinking before that last play, they keep throwing these little pitches out to the side. I don't know if they have much confidence to be able to take the deep threat.
Well, Santos throwing the screen over the middle. It's set up, going to the right side. McAnthony Everest toward the sideline. He's got enough for a first down. And that'll stop the clock as he steps out of bounds about 2 yards past the sticks.
He does get out of bounds. Like you said, they've got 5 seconds now. And, you know, now do you, like you were talking, do you take that deep pass? I think Georgetown, you start to see them back up in the prevent defense.
Can your quarterback get it there? It becomes the question. The ball at the 44.
Or does Georgetown get an interception?
And here's the other key. Justin Santos is throwing into the wind here.
Yes.
And that wind is still howling down on the north end zone.
Yes, we're looking at those flags right now. They are whipping. We'll show them as the kids go into the locker room.
There's a snap. Santos looking to throw. Scrambling back to the pocket. Now rolling out to his left. Throws near sideline. Ball's caught short of the 30-yard line and stepping out of bounds there. Number 16, Roman Mason, and that will end the first half. So the Georgetown Eagles with a workmanlike first 24 minutes of football here at Birkelbach Field tonight. They lead the Connally Cougars 21-6 at home on senior night. Folks, we're going to step aside here for just a bit, let you watch the halftime show. Unfortunately, we can't let you listen to it due to copyright rules, but we're able to watch it. We'll come back on about 5 minutes or so before the start of half number 2, recap the first half, talk to you about the second half. Georgetown leads it 21-6 over Connally here in Georgetown, Texas at Birkelbach Field. Back in just a minute. Stick around with us here on SHN Sports.
Diaz, kicker.
This is Taylor Beal, linebacker.
This is Jordan Oldway, quarterback.
This is RJ Moreno, running back.
This is Corey Coleman, wide receiver.
This is Taco Williams, defensive back, and you are listening to Georgetown Eagle Football on SHN Sports.
Well, back here at Birkelbach Field in Georgetown as we count down to half number 2 with the Georgetown Eagles leading the Connally Cougars 21-6 here in the regular season finale tonight. Brad Tillery, Dave England up here in the booth with you this evening. And let's quickly run you down how everything went down in the first half. Georgetown took the opening kickoff and went right on a march. 6 plays, 75 yards, taking just 2 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock. Capped off on a 4th and 2 play where Darson Herman kept it right up the middle. 42 yards later, he found pay dirt, and the Georgetown Eagles had a 7-0 lead. Two teams would trade possessions, and then Connelly would strike back and get back in the football game with a long drive, 13 plays, 65 yards, lasting 5 minutes, 9 seconds. It was a 3-yard touchdown run from Dyson McGrew that made it 7-6. Connelly would miss the extra point. And then Georgetown, though, answering right back at the start of the second quarter. They took the ball. They went, I got the thing here. They went 8 plays. Somehow I looked at it wrong. 8 plays, 66 yards, 3 minutes, 14 seconds off the clock. And Cade Lachlan with an end-around keeper over the right side, diving for the pylon in the front corner of the end zone. He would score, making it 14-6 in favor of Georgetown. The defense forces Connelly on a 3-and-out, then Georgetown takes it right back and shoves it down Connelly's throat again. A 14-play, 55-yard, 6-minute and 11-second drive. Took up more than half the quarter in the second quarter for Georgetown. Darson Herman caps it off with a 2-yard touchdown run, his second TD run of the night, making it 21-6. And that would be it as we head into the halftime. Each team only had the ball 4 times in the first half, and Connelly's 4th possession actually ended with the end of the half. Here are your stats from the first half. Connelly with 9 first downs, Georgetown with 7 of them. Rushing yards, total yards rather. Connelly ran 30 plays for 139 yards. Georgetown 30 plays for 188. On the ground, Connelly 73 yards. Georgetown with 131 through the air. Connelly with 66 on 7 of 11 passing. Georgetown with 57 on 8 of 9 passing. 2 penalties against Connelly. They went for 15 yards. 2 penalties against Georgetown for 20 yards. And each team has punted the ball once. Darson Herman leads the way on the ground for Georgetown. 7 carries, 69 yards. Of course, that big 42-yard carry as part of that. On the other side, Fazan Washington for Connelly, 8 carries, 53 yards. He's been impressive getting to the edges and finding holes for that Connally Cougar football team. Herman has all the passing yardage for Georgetown. Also, Ryan Eady's chipped in 49 yards on the ground, averaging 7 yards a carry so far. Dave, that first half, it nothing fancy. Just line up and run people over, and that's basically what Georgetown did.
I love it. I really like it. Brad, out of the 4 drives, we only had the 1 3-and-out there. And our defense did what they've been doing all year. They stood, bend, don't break. They, allow that 1 touchdown. But for the most part, the defense has been doing really well. Special teams has been on point. They've been doing fine. I don't believe we've had any turnovers.
No turnovers.
No turnovers, so a clean game as the Eagles are fixing to run out of the tunnel. But it's been a nice game, and it's senior night. They're excited. They're having a lot of fun tonight here at Birkelbach Field, the GISD athletic facility, and you got to love it for them. It's been a good game.
Well, the Eagles retake the field as we get set for half number 2 here at Birkelbach Field. Through our foggy windows up here. You can tell the weather's changing because the windows up here in the booth fogging up a bit. I promise you it's not that steamy up here.
It might just be all my hot air.
Yeah, Nathan Height joined us in the second quarter. Yeah. Since then, the windows get foggy. You just, I blame it on him.
I got a chance to talk with some of the parents down there, and one of the parents was telling me that their son's going to get pulled up, and he's a freshman, so they're going to start bringing some of them up for the JV practice or the varsity practice squad, and those kids are super excited. It's always fun to see the young kids come up and get to see. They'll be on the side, even though they're just on the sideline, but they're going to get to have some experience with that.
Before we start the second half, I want to tell you about our friends at WVE Vehicle Electronics, offering a portfolio of high-quality aftermarket vehicle electronics, including connectors, relays, solenoids, switches, emission, and ignition electronics. Building upon a foundation of premium full-line programs established under the NGK Spark Plug and NTK sensor brands, WVE products are rigorously tested and engineered to perform in import and domestic vehicles. For your vehicle electronic needs, choose WVE Vehicle Electronics, precision engineered to perform. Found at your hometown Fox Auto Parts store right here in Georgetown, Texas. The Georgetown Eagles kicking off to start the second half, left to right, kicking towards that south end zone with the wind at their back. Wind beginning to lay down a little bit, but still actually, it's still blowing pretty hard down there. Now I'll look again. As Diaz puts the hand in the air, a high end-over-end kick towards the right corner of the end zone, and it will bounce through for a touchback. So the Connally Cougars get their first possession of the second half at the 25-yard line. So glad to have everyone along for this regular season finale tonight. Again, folks, if it looks a little foggy on your screen, we promise we're trying to work through it here.
It's the new filter. Rob's trying some new layers.
Instagram has cat filters. We have fog filter. It's fun. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to have to defog my window here to be able to call the game. It is 1st and 10, Connelly. Snap back. There's a fake handoff. Throw to the far sideline. Ball caught behind the line of scrimmage, making one man miss. Coming back towards the middle now. That's Dyson McGrew. He's got room as he comes to the near side across the 30 to the 35 down the sideline and steps out of bounds at the 40. Dyson McGrew just ran about 75 yards to pick up 15, but it's a first down on the first play out of the locker room. Field is 53 1/3 yards wide, and he used every inch of it on that play. So 1st and 10, Connelly. Ball at the near hash mark. 3 wide to the right. There is a handoff over the right side to Fazon Washington, darting across the 45, and a flag comes in late as he goes down at the 48. Where that flag came in, it looks like it might be a hold, but the back judge threw it from about 15 yards away. We'll see.
Holding. Offense. Number 18.
It is a hold against the offense. Looked like a hold on the outside. And folks, if you see a hand coming in the camera shot, well, that's just Dave cleaning up the camera real fast in the window here for us. We're going to have an interesting second half as you watch. There'll be a 10-yard penalty against Connelly from the spot of the foul. So actually it's only going to cost him about 8 yards from the previous spot. So ball at the 32. Here's a fake handoff, looking to throw down the middle, got a man, incomplete, and then taking a big hit there. It was intended for number 22, McAnthony Everest, across the middle, and it's second down.
All right, we got the window cleaned up, Brad. I think we're back in business for a few minutes. The glass is cold. It is. I'll get you another Dopper Dave weather report here in just a second. My goodness.
2nd and 18 for Georgetown. Or excuse me, for Connelly. They say 2nd and 20 on the board, but it's actually 2nd and 18 where the marker is.
Galen's stealing my rag to clean the window. Swiper, no
and
swiping.
There is a flag coming in. Looks like we have a procedure penalty. It will be a false start against Connelly, so that's their second penalty of the drive. It'll back them up 5 more, and here comes 2nd and 23.
As Mr. Duvall always says, those pre-snap penalties just drive coaches crazy.
Second and, well, probably what? 2nd and, I don't know, Salado?
It's a good minute. Do you turn the defense loose, Brad?
I don't know. Let's see if they try to run a little screenplay like they did towards the end of the half here. There's a fake handoff. They will set up a screen. It is caught by Fazon Washington, but he's able to just get a yard or two. Well played there by the Georgetown defense. And here comes 3rd and long.
You know, and Brad, if that pass had been a little bit more accurate, he didn't have to jump, several feet in the air to get that ball. He could have probably covered a lot more ground.
But credit the rushing defense, though,
Yes.
because the line forced that ball to be thrown a little high just to get it over their outstretched hands.
And our defense all year, it's been so much fun watching them create so much havoc in the backfield for opposing offenses.
3rd down, 22 to go now for the Connally Cougars, just underway here in the Royce Electric 3rd quarter. Back to pass is Santos. He will throw, and it is incomplete. Ball was intended for John Overton. Georgetown nearly came up with a pick, and here comes 4th down, so the Eagles force a 3 and out. Or actually, excuse me, they had 1 first down, so after the first down run, Georgetown forces a punt.
So we have some returners back at Connally 49, maybe midfield 50-yard line.
Yeah.
So this Georgetown could set up some good field position here.
Connolly's kicking into the wind here, and there is another pre-snap penalty. I don't think anybody necessarily heard the flag, or the penalty rather. Ball was not kicked far, but this should go against Connally being the pre-snap. And it will be a false start against the Cougars. Well, Connally, let me see here.
And if you're Connally, you come out of the locker room and you've got to, you've made some adjustments, you think, and you want to, make some changes on your game plan here. And this is not, I'm sure this is not what they drew up.
It's at least 18 yards of penalties against Connally here on this drive alone. Not to mention the hidden yardage that they lost the 8-yard gain on the first penalty. There's a low end-over-end kick that'll bounce shy of the 40. It'll take a Cougar roll into Georgetown territory and settle down right about the 47.
Great job. I'm sorry.
So, no problem. Georgetown's going to get great field position no matter what here for their first drive of the second half. Go ahead.
Absolutely, and it's a great job coming out of the locker room for Georgetown defense to shut them down and keep them from putting any more points on the board and keeping that 21-6 lead in place. Hats off. Our defense, Brad, has just been playing just amazing football all year. Hats off to the defensive coordinators and coaches and stuff down there.
1st and 10 for the Georgetown Eagles as Darson Herman leads the offense back out there. He's got Ryan Eady behind him. Fake handoff to Eady. Throw across the middle. That is complete down to the 35-yard line. It's Brandon Bradford coming up with another big catch and a run. And Georgetown picks up 20 yards on first down. Ball down to the 33-yard line. Next play, Harmon throws again to the far side in the slot, and it'll be incomplete, intended for Tyler Fithian. The ball was just a bit shy of him.
Little weather update. It's 43 degrees in Georgetown, Texas. Feels like 36, and the wind is calmed a little bit. It's northwest at 17.
Actually, that was Lachlan, by the way, the last intended receiver on that play. So here comes 2nd down and 10 for Georgetown from the 33-yard line of Connally. Herman fakes the handoff. Again throws far side. It is almost intercepted. He was looking for Lachlan, and Jade Barron absolutely jumped the route, and if he's able to catch it, nobody's going to get him.
Yeah, good eyes on Connally that time. They saw it, sniffed it out, and boy, you're right, he almost got it, and that would have been definitely a pick six for probably 70 yards worth.
Here's 3rd and 10 now. 3 wides to the left, 1 to the right for Herman. Down on the near sideline, it is Brandon Bradford, the receiver. He will throw to Bradford. Ball caught at the 26, but that'll be shy of a first down by about 2.5 yards.
So Georgetown does have the wind at their back in this quarter, in the 3rd quarter here. Interesting. We talked about it, whether or not they're going to come out and do any passing.
Well, and we saw Diaz kick one from 45 in pregame. It would be 45 from here right now, but they're going to choose to go for this on 4th and 4 to the Eagles.
They've had good luck on 4th down.
Connally jumped but got back onside.
That's when you want Big Alex Steele to snap the ball right there.
Either that or have your left tackle move and say he was drawn off. Throw far side, near sideline rather. It's low, but it's caught, and that should be just enough for a first down as Bradford comes up with it.
It's up to about the 21-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to be enough. 5-yard gain and a first down for the Eagles on 4th and 4 there.
So a lot of passing on that.
They've thrown every play of the drive so far. 5 plays, all passes. There's another pass coming down the middle. It is caught down to the 10, into the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgetown. Brandon Bradford finds the end zone, and the Eagles are extending the lead.
Wow. A lot of passing, like we were just saying. That's interesting, the calling there. It's like they're, running the pass a lot just to set up the run, but, hey, we'll take a touchdown.
Well, Georgetown comes out, throws 6 passes on the drive on a 6-play drive, and Bradford gets a 21-yard strike from Herman, and the extra point is up and good. And with 8:40 to go in the Royce Electric third quarter, the Georgetown Eagles lead it by a score of 28-6. Back in just a minute with more Georgetown football here on SHN Sports.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Matt Morrow of Gateway Mortgage Group is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports. As one of the country's largest privately held mortgage companies, you can expect smart solutions to meet nearly any mortgage need. From the right products to great rates and technology that powers it all, you'll find it here. Gateway Mortgage Group, your local residential lender. Borrow from Morrow. Visit them online at borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148.
Georgetown kicks it away after the touchdown drive. A high end-over-end kick to the near sideline that'll bounce out of bounds. So Connelly will be able to take over at the 35 after after the kick out of bounds. Glad to have you guys along. 28-6 your score. Georgetown leads the Connally Cougars here. A 6-play, 53-yard drive going 1:26 seconds for Georgetown. All 6 plays were through the air, capped off by a Darson Herman 21-yard pass to Brandon Bradford. Georgetown now leads this thing by 3 scores. And here comes Connelly back onto the field on offense.
Well, the defense takes their jackets off, and they come out on the field for the first time since being in the locker room.
Second time.
Second time? Okay, so my bad.
Connelly had the opening kickoff of the second half.
That is right.
Ball spotted at the 30, not the 35. My apologies, as Connelly will look like they have another false start. Flag is down, and it's a pre-snap penalty. So, Connelly, they only had 1 penalty against them the entire first half, and already here in the second half, this is number 3. It is a false start.
You just kind of wonder what changed.
Yeah.
Is it?
Maybe it's the fact that Georgetown scored right before the half. Connelly, we talked about it. They don't have anything to play for tonight except pride.
Right.
They're 1-8. This is the final game of the season for Connelly. Georgetown knows they're playing next week in round 1 of the playoffs. Just don't know who. We do know where. As the handoff goes over the right side, Dyson McGrew tries to pick up a few yards, but only gets 1 on the play. Here comes 2nd and 14. We do know Georgetown will play at Nelson Field next week. We don't know if it's Thursday or Friday yet. We'll find that out tomorrow after the game. So check out Georgetown football Twitter. Make sure you follow SHN. We'll get all the information out as soon as we can.
Right.
Once we know all the information, LBJ and Seguin play a very important game in District 12 tomorrow night. And we'll kind of talk a little more about here in the second half and as this game progresses. There's a handoff over the near side to McGrew. Stutter steps, now gets up to the 28. He is hit hard and taken down and then helped back up there. I believe that was Taylor Beal that got him. And here comes 3rd down.
Taylor Beal just loves to help the poor fellas up off the ground after he blasts them. He's like, oh, here you go, buddy. Helps them up off the ground. Good sportsmanship. It's just funny.
Oh, here comes 3rd and 12 now for Connelly. Getting picked on next door as there's a drop back to pass, and it is caught and then dropped. A good throw there by Justin Santos to his intended receiver. But number 88 down there, Jamari Twidwell, just couldn't hang on. Curtis, who sits next door and handles all the electronics and video board and everything around here. Just put a little sign in the window. So much hot air in here, you guys have to keep the windows fogged, apparently.
And Kelly's not even here.
I know. It doesn't make any sense. Fourth and 12, rather, for Connelly. They'll punt this one away. We love you, Kelly. We miss you. We look forward to seeing you next week, bud.
Yep.
And Connelly looked like he might try to fake that for a second, like he was going to get ready to throw it. Instead, he kicks it away. Georgetown lets it bounce. It'll go down to about the 40-yard line and settle there. So Georgetown will take over their own territory.
Look at that student section down there. They're having fun. I love watching the band. After halftime, they always go to the student section, and the kids just have a blast down there. That drum corps is amazing.
I still feel bad for the young ladies having to wear the skirts down there and in the cold tonight, because it is frigid.
I think they're staying warm right now, bouncing around, all that energy. Look at these drums spinning around down there. That's good stuff. It's not Friday, but it's Thursday night football.
Ball at the Georgetown 40 as Herman brings the offense back on the field. You wonder how much longer you'll see Darson Herman and the starters out there if they can continue to pour it on. Fake handoff, Herman to throw, and the ball batted down in the backfield, incomplete. Joseph Gonzalez, the defender for Connelly, getting in there to bat that one down. Here comes second down. As you look ahead, knowing that you're playing a playoff game next week. By the way, the rain has started to come down again here in Georgetown. You can see it in the lights out there.
Yes, it is, and the broadcast booth is rocking.
Yeah.
It normally does that in the third quarter.
There's a throw to the far sideline. It is incomplete. Herman rolling out to his left. Also a flag down. Let's see who this goes against, but I believe it's going to be against Georgetown. It is. It'll be a hold against Zane Quick, a running back who was in the game. So that will drop Georgetown back to the 30-yard line and bring up 2nd and 20.
The umbrellas are coming out in the stadium. Ooh, I see a nice umbrella. I'm going to have to try and find it. Georgetown umbrella with the logo, blue and white.
2nd and 20. Herman drops back to pass. Rush
Good
coming.
job.
He escapes out to his left, but can't get all the way out as he's spun down for a sack. As John, I believe it was John Overton, the defensive lineman, or maybe Robert Davidson actually, getting in on that tackle and getting the sack. Here comes 3rd and 23.
He's so hard to bring down, Brad. He's such a big-bodied kid, sophomore, and they just couldn't wrap him up. And a little bit of loss, but it could have been a lot worse.
3rd and 23 now. Herman drops back, just throws a little flat route to Zane Quick. Down to the 30, up to the 35, and if Quick could have gotten past Devontae Scott there, he had nothing but daylight in front of him, but Scott knocks him down from behind. Quick able to get out to the 39, so he picks up 12 on the play. Here comes 4th down.
Looks like 4th and 1.
No, 4th and 11. They need a 50.
Oh, gosh, my bad. This is why I'm just commentary. I saw that one marker on the other side. Didn't see the other one.
4th and 11. Georgetown kicking with the win, and the rain coming down now. It wouldn't be a Georgetown Connelly game with me on the broadcast if it wasn't raining and cold. As the kick goes to the far side, and it's bobbled at the 20, picked up to the 25, down to the 30. Off to the races goes Jade Barron, out to the 50, 45, 40 to the 30. Barron to the 20. Barron is gone. Touchdown. Connally Cougars as Jade Barron takes it back about 80 yards.
That is fascinating, Brad. He bobbled the ball. Looks like, when something like that happens, typically he gets bottled up. And somehow he escaped several tackles and managed to take it to the house.
Jade Barron put a couple of good moves on a few Georgetown defenders, or coverage men rather. And then once he got through the hole, he was absolutely gone for an 80-yard, roughly, return.
I was thinking about when he was kicking that ball, watching the raindrops across the stadium lights. Some of them are wearing visors tonight, and they're reflective visors, and I was wondering if that would cause them some trouble being able to see the ball.
Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. And your score now, with 5:45 to go in the Royce Electric third quarter, the Georgetown Eagles lead cut to 28-13. Back in just a minute with more here from Birkelbach Field in Georgetown. This is Georgetown football on SHN Sports.
The most important team member isn't always playing in the game. Sometimes they hold a clipboard on the sideline. A good coach doesn't just call plays. They instill confidence in the individual and help the team overcome adversity. At Frost, We believe that good coaching in your financial life can accomplish the same thing. After all, if we believe in you and you believe in you, anything is possible. Frost. Opt for optimism.
Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home.
Back in Georgetown as the Eagles' lead is cut to 28-13 against the Connally Cougars here. As Connelly looks to kick it away. Connelly with the 80-yard punt return from Jade Barron on the last play after getting Georgetown to stop. Kick away. It's a low line drive kick that'll bounce, and Georgetown will let it go. It goes out of bounds. Georgetown will take over at the 30. It's 5:45 to go here in the Royce Electric third quarter. So glad to have you all along here on SHN Sports.
Kind of a heads-up play, you know, that the guy that was back deep to receive that kick and let that go on out of bounds and take the flag.
Yeah, that ball nearly settled inbounds there at the end of it. I don't know if you noticed that, but that kind of stopped bouncing there at the last second.
Yep, so he had an opportunity to let it go out of bounds. And good call. These kids are very well coached. The coaching staff at Georgetown, you know, first-year head coach too with Chuck Griffin, but he is a familiar face to a lot of the Georgetown faithful. So it's good to have him back on campus this year leading the football team.
Say hello to some folks listening in and watching the game online as well. First to second as Herman fakes the handoff, takes up the middle. He's out to the 35-yard line and a 5-yard gain on first down. Say hello to Charles Smith, who says, "Go Brandon." Nana and Pop are watching you. Also want to say hello to Brandy Lavoie. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Watching in from Nova Scotia. Cheering on Taco Williams and the Georgetown Eagles.
He's got that hard count down. That's the second time they've almost got him going across the line for an offsides on defense.
Herman will motion Edie to his right. Herman looks to throw to his left. Shoulder fakes. Now gets a man on a wheel route. It is caught just across the 50-yard line. And it'll be a first down for the Georgetown Eagles as he finds Cade Lachlan coming out of the slot on a bit of a wheel route in a 16-yard gain.
Apologize on the camera work. I overestimated on the length of that down the field and passed it.
So it happens sometimes. First down for Georgetown. Herman's passing's just gotten so much better since earlier in this year.
It is.
Here's a fake handoff. Herman's going to keep it using Edie as a blocker in front of him. Out across the 40, down the sideline to the 30. Off to the races at the 20. It's a foot race in. He is pushed out of bounds just outside the 10-yard line. But, man, that is what Darson Herman brings to the table. Not only does he have a strong arm, but, my goodness, can he scoot when he gets out in the open. They mark him all the way down to the 7 on the play. It's a gain of 42, his second 42-yard run of the night.
It doesn't happen often, Brad, but when it does, it is fun to watch.
Whew. I'm going to give high praise and a high comparison here in a second. And most of you may know why, as here's a handoff to Edie over the left side, and he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. Herman reminds me, and it's high praise, but I went to Auburn. I freely tell people that. He reminds me of a young Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Like the way he plays that inverted veer style where the quarterback keeps it up the middle as big as he is, the way he throws and the arm strength, and how he glides down the sideline. It's just a different way of running as Herman looks to throw, scanning the field. Now cuts up the middle, got a hole to the 5. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgetown. Darson Herman with his third rushing touchdown of the game and his 4th overall.
Brad, for everybody watching tonight, they saw that. He froze the entire defense on the field. He scanned the entire field, like you said. He's scanning. Nothing's open. Boom, go for it.
His third rushing TD. He's got 4 total tonight, 1 through the air. And Georgetown has blown this one open now as the extra point is on the way. With Matt Diaz kicking, it's a bobbled snap. The ball is on the ground. It'll be recovered by Connelly. So the extra point is no good. So with 3:57 to go in the Royce Electric third quarter, the Georgetown Eagles now lead it over the Connally Cougars by a score of 34-13. Back in just a minute with more Georgetown football on SHN Sports.
Royce Electric is a proud supporter of the Georgetown Eagles. Royce Electric also wishes Kaylee Biondo a great year. Go Eagles! Royce Electric, Harker Heights, Texas. If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson, Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com.
Well, the Georgetown Eagles tack on to the lead as Darson Herman finds his third rushing touchdown of the night. This one a 7-yard scamper right up the middle. It is 34-13. Georgetown on top of Connally here in the regular season finale. Some updated stats for you here in just a second. A end-over-end kick fielded at the 22 is Dyson McGrew with the football, and he'll be getting to about the 26. And that's where Connally take over there. By the way, the scoring drive for Georgetown, 4 plays, 70 yards, goes 1 minute and 48 seconds. I want to say hello to somebody else listening in. Somebody, I don't know, you may know. Joy England.
Yeah. she was just letting me know my volume was too low on my mic, so
fair enough.
I turned it up just a little bit. Yeah, I guess she is very patient with me, letting me come and do all this stuff with SHN Sports, and it's a fun outlet for me. So thank you.
Glad to have you guys all along with us. We know that something's going on with, I think, the feed on the thing here, but get it figured out. Snap back, throw to the far sideline. It is incomplete as Justin Santos kind of had nowhere to go with the football, and it's second down. Ball at the 26-yard line, or 27 rather, for Connally. Second down on the way. Ball right between the hash marks as well for the Cougars. 2nd and 10. Snap. Handoff. Nope, faked. Keeping it up the middle, Santos. And there he does it for the second time tonight, Dave, where he kept it up the middle and then immediately slid to Justin Santos. Only picks up a yard. Here comes third down.
It's almost like he's setting up the ball in the middle of the field for a kick or something. It's strange. Or he just sees the big guys up front and goes, I'm done.
Here comes third down and 9 now. 4 wide for Connally. Santos takes the handoff, rolling out to his right, being chased from behind, and he will be sacked from behind. Looked like Colby Cummings chased him down from the right side, and here comes fourth down.
The pursuit by Colby Cummings that time, followed by Beal, was just, and unfortunately he's really slow to get up. Colby Cummings is not a little fella.
No. He's listed 6'1", 210.
I know his father. He's a battalion chief with Georgetown Fire Department, and Colby and Connor are twins, about I think 20-something minutes apart. Now they're both pretty big kids, so that probably did not feel well on a cold, wet turf to have Mr. Cummings land on top of you. So
that rain's still coming down outside, as you can look up in the lights and see it here. It is cold outside. 3 minutes to go here in the Royce Electric third quarter as the young man being tended to, the quarterback Justin Santos, after taking the big hit. It's in the 30s outside, in the wind chill rather. The rain's coming down. I know it's just one of those nights, but 2 years in a row it's like this against Connally.
Coach Canfield, we give a shout out to the head basketball coach. He's up here doing video duties for the football team, and I got to see him in the elevator at halftime. He said they're already off to starting their season with practices and stuff like that. I think they've got some games. If they haven't already started, they're starting very soon. So run up to the high school and catch you a Georgetown basketball game. It's always fun to watch.
Well, Connally will punt it away here. Georgetown has forced a punt every time Connolly's had the football in this third quarter. Snap back. It is kicked away into the wind. A little spiraling kick fielded at the 45. A fair catch called for and made by Lachlan. So Georgetown will take over in Connelly territory with 2:39 to go here in the third quarter. Darson Herman, by the way, 261 yards so far tonight combined, 123 on the ground across 10 rushes, and 138 through the air on 14 of 18 passing.
Pretty balanced.
And three touchdowns on the ground, one through the air as well. Heck of a night for Herman. Here he fakes the handoff. He's going to follow Edie again over the left side and push his way down to about the 40-yard line for a gain of 5.
You know, these seniors really appreciate their sophomore quarterback hooking them up with a nice game tonight on senior. You know, for these seniors, their last time on Birkelbach Field.
The growth of Darson Herman has been something to watch this year, I think. And you think he's just a sophomore. You got 2 more years of him at your starting quarterback here in Georgetown, and he's special, folks.
Yeah.
There's a handoff over the right side to Edie. He will cut back upfield across 35, makes him a miss to the 30, down the sideline to the 25. That's actually Zane Quick, my apologies. And Quick gets all the way down to the 20, and a gain of 20 for Zane Quick. Brings up first down, Georgetown back in the red zone.
I was speaking with Mrs. Herman down there at halftime when I went down to get my Bush's sweet tea, and she said the same thing. And I told her it's been fun to watch his growth throughout the season. He's making a lot of smart choices.
Quick stays in. Fake handoff. Herman keeps it up the middle and pushes his way forward for a gain of 6. And, man, anytime you can go up there on that inverted veer, run up the middle with Herman, you're going to pick up 4, 5, 6 yards. If you do that on first down, it just makes the rest of the playbook wide open for you.
Big time. Because they've got to keep an eye on Herman.
Absolutely.
You know, somebody's got to be spying where he's at. Is he going to take off with it? So it makes it really difficult for those defensive coordinators.
Fake handoff. Herman looking to throw, pulls it back down, now rolling out to his left, and he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Just kind of had to eat the football there.
That was a Johnny football move right there, almost. He just, kind of improvised, couldn't quite get what he wanted downfield and tucked the ball and had to scamper around there. That was fun.
Looked like Robert Davidson with the sack, so ball will be placed back at the 24-yard line. Loss of 10 on that play. Here comes 3rd and 14. Georgetown needs the 10-yard line for a new set of downs. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Herman to throw. A little flare pass to the near side to Quick. He heads towards the right sideline, makes a couple of men miss. Down the sideline to the 10-5. Touchdown, Georgetown. There's a flag coming in late, though. We'll see if this stands. If it does, it's a 24-yard pass and run to Zane Quick down the sideline. Man, it just exploded through that hole.
Yeah, he did. Great little pass to the outside there, and some good blocking set up by his wide receivers out there.
I think this is going to be a block in the back. Yeah, there you go. It's a hold, actually, against Tyler Fithia.
Okay, so that was really, really good blocking by his wide receiver, Tyler Fithia, out there. A little too much blocking.
A little too good.
Well, there's just more room to work.
But it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so Georgetown actually gains about 3 yards on the play. And so
Galen has to figure out those stats.
It's 3rd and 11 now instead of 3rd and 14. Herman to pass, looks, throws across the middle, got a man. It is in and out of the hands at the 5-yard line of, let's see who that was, Tyler Fithian was the intended receiver there. He had it. Yep. Herman put it right on the numbers. And it's incomplete, but not necessarily the worst thing in the world when you think about what's coming for the rest of the year, because now you get Matt Diaz with a long field goal attempt to try to regain some momentum and confidence coming back into the fold.
This is great to see him back out on the field, healthy again, kicking. So it's great having a senior kicker.
It's a 39-yard attempt from the right hash mark. Diaz kicks it, and it is low, and I think it got partially blocked.
It's kind of a bad hold, I think, though, actually. It doesn't look like it was handled just right, so.
Field goal was missed, and so Georgetown will turn it over. Connelly will come back out on the field with 23 seconds to go here in the Royce Electric third quarter.
You know, and it's cold out there, and humidity, too. It's like 90% humidity, but it feels like 36 degrees, so it's just miserable conditions for these kids out there. And when the ball comes at you and it touches the ground and splashes on the turf and the grass, it's hard to get a hold of. You know, and maintain control of it. So
Couple of games going on right now in the area, by the way. Round Rock leads Vista Ridge 31-21, that game in the third quarter. And formerly known Reagan, now Northeast College Prep, 34-0 over Lanier at the half. Here it's 34-13 Georgetown over Connelly with 23 seconds to go. There's a counter play back up the middle. And wrapped up at the line of scrimmage was Fazan Washington. Maybe picked up a couple of yards there. Looked like Colby Cummings stepped in with that tackle.
So Vista Ridge is second in their district behind Vandegrift. And, doesn't really have playoff implications, that game. It's more a game just for bragging rights. But Round Rock is trying to, who's going to be second, third, or fourth in that district, and it all comes down to tonight if they can handle that game.
Well, we are through 3 quarters here in Georgetown, and the Eagles are 12 minutes away from wrapping up the regular season with a victory. They lead Connelly by a count of 34-13. Back with the final 12 in just a minute. This is Georgetown football on SHN Sports.
Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com. If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105.
Play of the fourth quarter, and cutting up the field there with a run is Fazan Washington out to the 26-yard line for the Connally Cougars. As we welcome you back for the Extraco Bank's fourth quarter here in Georgetown, with the Eagles leading 13 over Connally. Ball at the 27 for the Connally Cougars, and it is 3rd and 4 here. There's a snap. Washington fake handoff, taking it up the middle, and now cutting out to the left is Justin Santos. He gets out to the 30, and he'll be a yard shy of the first down. Dave will, of course, continue to call the game and the action here tonight, but I think you feel pretty safe if you're Georgetown. You're up 3 touchdowns. You have control of this football game. Connelly's score here in the second half came via a punt return. Georgetown can hold on to this lead and get out of here with a victory, then really you start thinking about tomorrow night over at Nelson Field, and your attention goes there to LBJ and Seguin. And it's an advantage that Georgetown plays tonight because they can actually, the coaching staff, they're going to head to Nelson Field tomorrow night and scout the opponent. The winner of that game will play Georgetown next week at Nelson Field in round 1.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting times, especially when you've been following Georgetown football all season, and you tonight, right now, at this point in time, the first team defense had a goose egg. They gave up no points. Rouse could not score on them, the first team defense, last week. Tonight, our first team defense has only given up 6 points, 1 touchdown. So our defense is playing at a great level right now as we proceed.
Yeah, and you start thinking about matchups. You look at last year's game against Seguin in the first round of the playoffs. Georgetown went to Seguin and won by a score of, I think it was 20-6 or 20-7, right in that range, if I remember correctly. And then, that's a game where the team can lean on last year and go, hey, we know we can beat this football team.
Right.
Whereas if LBJ wins tomorrow night, to me, that's a game, as a football fan, matchup-wise, it gets really interesting because of the speed that LBJ has. And you got to remember, as we have 4th and 1 here, there's a handoff up the middle, and I don't think he got there. Nice. Handoff, and he got to the 30. He's going to be a yard short. That's a turnover on downs.
What did I just say? Defense.
Absolutely.
Georgetown defense, that Blue Storm defense coming alive, as Rob would say. My goodness.
Georgetown will get the ball back with 10:42 to go here in the Extraco Banks fourth quarter. But that game against potentially LBJ's got a ton of speed.
Yeah.
They have shut down cornerbacks. And the thing with them, you got to remember, that's a football team that last year they lost in round 1, but it was in overtime to Cedar Park on the road, and Cedar Park needed a field goal in OT to beat them, and it was 10-7.
A lot. They are loaded with talent
Yeah.
down there in Austin at LBJ. But so are we. We got some big fellas on our team, and we can run the ball all night long. So
Darson Herman stays in the football game for Georgetown at quarterback here. Ball at the 30-yard line. It's Zane Quick at running back. He'll stutter step, now get through the hole across the 20. Spins out of a tackle at the 15 to the 10. Carrying a man at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgetown. Zane Quick on an impressive 30-yard touchdown run. And Georgetown's on the scoreboard again.
Tell you what, it's just been so much fun watching these youngsters run up down the field. Zane Quick, Edie, and even RJ, just amazing running backs here at Georgetown. Well coached. Just, gosh, that was some tough running. If RJ, if I know if he's watching tonight, he's loving that. He's cheering them on. So just good running by Georgetown.
Extra point here, due, and that is not Diaz kicking. That is Isaac Wiseman. His extra point up. It is good. And you're going to score with 10:32 to go here in the Extraco Banks fourth quarter. The Georgetown Eagles extend the lead 41-13 over the Connally Cougars. Back in just a minute with more Georgetown football here on SHN Sports.
Now that's the sound of Eagle football. While the Eagles deliver on the field, Extraco delivers off the field. Whether it's opening up a small business, growing your business, retirement, or something simpler, we'll work with you to make it a reality. Let's build some dreams. Tell us your dreams at extracobanks.com. Extraco Banks is a member FDIC. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at GeorgetownShirtCompany.com.
Back here in Georgetown, the Eagles now lead at 41-13 with 10:32 to go here in the Extraco Banks fourth quarter. Zane Quick on the first play of the drive goes 30 yards right up the middle, carrying a couple of defenders with him, spinning off tackles. One play, 30 yards, goes 10 seconds for the touchdown. There's a kickoff. It's fielded around the 25. Slipping now back on his feet, Fazan Washington over to the left side, and he's forced out of bounds right around the 40-yard line or so. So that's where the Connally Cougars will take over. In their final quarter of the season, Connally no chance to make the playoffs. Coming into the ball game at 1-8. One nice thing, though, in this district this year, everybody got at least a district victory. You know, you don't see that too often, but everybody did get a district win this year, Dave.
Who did Connally?
They beat Rouse.
They beat Rouse, yeah.
I forgot who Rouse, I think Rouse beat Pflugerville, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yes.
That's correct.
Oh, my goodness. That's good.
10:25 to go in the quarter. Man goes into motion. There's a pitch play to number 83, Cameron Milstead, around the left end. He's forced out of bounds, but nice pickup on first down for Connally there. As he gets out to the 48, and we've got a yard shy of the line to gain, rather. So we start talking about playoff matchups next week. Let's talk about that District 11, District 12 matchup and what everything should look like now. Georgetown firmly in control of this football game. And give you all those matchups. There's a throw to the near sideline. Ball complete again to Milstead. He's across the 50 into Georgetown territory. And that's a first down. So we know if Georgetown holds on here, that Manor will lock it. Or this is how the order of finish will be for District 11. Cedar Park wins the district. Hutto will be second. Georgetown third. Manor fourth.
Yes.
So the District 12 will shake out like this. We know the number 1 and number 4 seats. Dripping Springs will be number 1, and McCallum should be number 4. There's a throw down the middle. It is off one hands of receiver. It's intercepted by Georgetown at the 35. Couple of Eagles got their hands on it, and then Georgetown finally comes up with it. That was number 2, Andres Langhorn, who came away with the football. And Georgetown gets the pick. We'll talk more about playoff stuff here in just a minute.
Brad, that's we haven't seen him throw across the middle of the field.
No, and it's a slick night with the ball coming down, or the rain coming down too. So
they've been throwing all those little out passes, and I kind of expected if they throw down the middle of the field, our guys back deep are going to have a fun time with that.
So first turnover of the night, by the way, for either team. Dripping Springs is going to win District 12. McCallum with a win tomorrow night locks up the 4 seed. Now what I don't know is Northeast College, because Northeast Early College Prep, they're winning right now, the formerly Reagan Raiders. And they would go to 3 and 4 in district. If McCallum loses tomorrow night, I actually don't know who has that tiebreaker and who would be the 4 seed there.
That's an interesting.
I'll have to look that up. There's a snap and a throw down the middle. It is incomplete. As Georgetown has a new quarterback in the ball game. That looks like Jackson Tingley.
Yes, sir.
Senior getting some snaps back there. I'm going to go look up the McCallum Knights season real quick.
Yeah, number 11, Jackson Tingley, is a senior. He's 6'4", 205. Big kid back there, and he's got some colleges that he's looking at right now. He's made some visits.
Georgetown with the ball, 2nd and 10. Tingley keeps it over the left side, around the 35, and wrestled out of bounds at the 37. It'll be 3rd down and 7 now for Georgetown. So, let's see here. Northeast College, McCallum beat Northeast College a few weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago, 10-6. So if McCallum can get by Travis tomorrow, which is not a layup game, Travis is 2 and 4 in the district, McCallum 3 and 3, then McCallum takes that 4 spot. I think McCallum actually has it no matter what, now that I think about this. There's a handoff up the middle, over the left side, and that'll be enough for a 1st down for Georgetown. Zane Quick picks it up out to the 45-yard line.
Just another great job of running. Credit goes to the offensive line.
So here we go. McCallum, if they lose to Travis tomorrow night, McCallum, Travis, and Northeast College will all finish 3 and 4 in district. So we have a 3-way tie for that final playoff spot. I don't know how that's going to shake out, folks, to be quite honest with you.
I think you go and look at their overall points scored, points against, and stuff like that.
There's a handoff to Quick. He'll bounce it up the middle, up to about the 47 of Connelly. Nice pickup on 1st down for 7 yards. So if it's as simple as this. If McCallum wins tomorrow night, they're in the playoffs. If they lose, then there's all kinds of possibilities out there depending if they lose tomorrow night to Travis. So that game's going to be really interesting. And then LBJ, Austin, and Seguin in District 12. The winner of that's the 2nd seed. As a handoff to Quick up the middle, will pick up 4 and a 1st down out to the 43-yard line. The winner of that one will be the 2nd seed. The loser will be the 3rd seed. So Dripping Springs will play Manor. Cedar Park will play whoever comes out of that McCallum, Northeast College, Travis triumvirate. Hutto will play the loser of LBJ and Seguin, and Georgetown will play the winner of LBJ and Seguin. That's how the matchups work next week.
So what you're saying is possibly LBJ.
There's a fake handoff to the left side. Out on the run goes Jackson Tingley, and he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Nice run by Jackson Tingley, picking up 7 there. Here comes 2nd and 3.
7-yard gain, 2nd down.
Yeah, there's all kinds of possibilities out there. I tell you what, District 12 will be fun to watch tomorrow night.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking up here in the booth about where everybody's going to go. Everybody's going to spread out everywhere and go watch games. So.
2nd and about 4 yards here for Georgetown. Handoff to Quick, up the middle, through the hole. Got enough for a 1st down across the 30. Running a man over before he's thrown down at the 21. But a nice run by Zane Quick of 16 yards. Man, he's running with a fire right now here in the 2nd half.
It's making me really want some Nestle Quick when I get back to the house and stir up some chocolate milk.
7:10 to go in the Extra Banks 4th quarter. Ball on the left hash mark. Georgetown going to the north end zone, into the wind. There's a snap. Tingley hands it off to Quick again. Stutter step, and he is hit in the hole and driven backwards by Trevon Williams, the sophomore linebacker.
Well, I want to say while Jackson Tingley's in there, he had a great home visit to Hardin-Simmons University this last weekend, and he got a picture with one of the former Georgetown D linemen up there. So that was an exciting trip for him.
Hardin-Simmons, of course, a very, very good Division III football program in the same conference as Georgetown's own and SHN's own, I should say, Southwestern University, as Tingley keeps it around the right side, gets back to the line of scrimmage. And here comes 3rd and 10.
In other recruiting news, senior Corey Coleman, the wide receiver number 15, a big body wide receiver, he's got interest in Rockford University, a D3 school. So it's exciting to see these kids get recruited and watch them grow up at Cooper Elementary and Forbes Middle School in same schools with Emily.
3rd down and 11 now for Georgetown. Ball spotted at the 22. Quick takes a handoff to the right side and just gets back, maybe a loss of about half a yard there. They're going to mark him at the 23. So here comes 4th down for Georgetown. Not really in field goal range. On a normal night, you're in Diaz's range, but the wind blowing in his face right now would make it basically a non-factor.
Yeah, at this point you could pooch kick it. They've done that before, but Tingley, I don't know if they've had him pooch kick much. So it'd be interesting to see what they call up here.
Well, let's see. 4th and 10, Tingley to pass. Throws down the right sideline. That's Oldorp actually to the corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete as Jackson Oldorp made that pass play. And it was intended for Isaiah Fillmore, so that'll fall incomplete. And Georgetown will turn it over on downs.
Oldorp is one of those quarterbacks they put in when they want to pass the ball, when they're looking for that deep pass threat.
So Connelly takes back over with 5:04 to go here in the Royce Electric 4th quarter. Zane Quick, by the way, 14 carries for 95 yards so far tonight. Good night on the ground for him, as he has done really well in substitution, or as that kind of change of pace running back. And he's gotten more carries than Edie, I believe, tonight as well.
Yeah. They're both producing quite a few yards pretty much every time they touch the ball.
Connelly with the ball at their own 23 here. There's a throw, bubble screen to the far sideline, coming back across the field for Connelly. That is number 8, Jade Barron, who already has a punt return for a touchdown tonight. He's tackled at the 31 and picks up 8 on first down.
Starting to see some of the seniors are now getting a little break on the bench. We've got some backups in there. Talk about Braden Hargrove. He's got 2 D3 offers from McMurray and Howard Payne, so that's exciting. He had a big week last week.
Howard Payne's actually going to be here in Georgetown this Saturday on SHN Sports, taking on the Southwestern Pirates. I'll have the call right here. There's a handoff over the right side. Coming Faison Washington to the sideline, and he'll pick up a first down as he gets out to about the 37 and a pickup of 6.
So Taylor Beal, the senior linebacker, still committed to University of Louisiana Monroe. They're getting a good one. He is averaging, I think, 15.8 tackles a week.
Yeah, that Monroe team nearly beat Florida State earlier this year, too. Most people don't forget that. But early in the season, they had missed extra point away from going double overtime with Florida State.
Yeah. Speaking of Florida, Isaac Fillmore has visited a D1 school, Florida Atlantic.
Lane Kiffin out there. There's a fake handoff, throw down the middle, and it is caught inside Georgetown territory by Keonis Moore, the senior wide receiver. In his final football game, gets down to the 45. I should say final football game in a Connelly uniform. Picks up 18 on the play.
And in the last recruiting news of the night, Alex Steele, he's got D1 offers from Butler and Valparaiso, D2 offer from St. Aslan, and D3 offers from Trinity San Antonio.
A lot of options for these Georgetown players as the handoff over to the right goes Faison Washington, shake and bake, and he's out across the 40 to the 39-yard line with 3:45 to go here in the ball game.
Alex Steele has been a 3-year senior starter at the center position, and he's been an anchor for that offensive line for the past 3 years. And, we've heard that he's probably one of the smartest kids, one of the sharpest kids on the football team in terms of his grades and stuff like that. So that's great having that senior experience at the offensive line.
2nd and 4 now. Snap, fake handoff, looking to throw. Rolling out to his left, Justin Santos throws to the far sideline, and it is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That'll be incomplete. A really good throw by Santos on the run. He hit Mason right in the stomach, and Mason just couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, that's, again, rolling around to that left side, it's tough, you know, trying to make those passes at this level to those wide receivers out there, especially when you're trying to hit the paint and keep it away from that defender that could go the other way.
Here comes 3rd and 4 now. And goes in motion. That's Keonis Moore in motion. There's a handoff to Washington to the right, and he is spun down out of bounds after a short gain. A really, really well-played job there by Cameron Nielsen, the senior defensive lineman, to chase down Washington. Picks up maybe a yard on the play. Here comes 4th down.
They're going to have to go for it, of course. Would love to see the some of these fresh faces in here tonight get a good, solid stop.
41-13, and timeout called by Connelly as they try to set up this 4th down play. We're going to step aside and let you hear from more of our sponsors. Back in just a minute with more Georgetown football here on SHN Sports.
Program Insurance Group is designed to fit your insurance needs. We will help you manage and plan for all your potential risks. As professionals, we assess your needs and offer you a variety of insurance products to choose from. Service, whether it is in response to an insurance claim or general question, is the most important value we offer you. For more information, please visit pigbcs.com. 2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com.
4th and 3 here for the Connally Cougars with 3:03 to go in the ball game. There's a fake handoff rolling out to his left, escaping a man, Justin Santos. Ball's on the ground. It's recovered by Georgetown, and the Eagles will take over at the 40-yard line.
Nice job by the defense. 2:53 left in the last game at Birkelbach for these kids. Just awesome, Brad, watching this defense.
That was Logan Boltinghouse, the senior defensive lineman, a reserve, coming up with the recovery for Georgetown. Going to step aside one more time, let you hear from one more of our sponsors. Back in just a minute here with Georgetown football.
And now, your hometown Fighting Tigers. Is this what you hear at your school's athletic events? Has school spirit disappeared from your halls? Well, Waterboy Graphics can't fix the depth along the offensive line, but what they can do is give the look of your athletic facilities a boost that will bring the pride back to students, teachers, and fans. Replace the fading 80s mural in the gym with a customized, slick series of graphics that scream school pride. In the locker room before the big game on a Friday, surround the team with images of what it means to be a part of that elite team. From the fields to the courts to the hallways, Waterboy Graphics elevates boring facilities to a level that are typical to major universities. We can put graphics on anything. From creative concept to installation, Waterboy Graphics' in-house team is on point. So the next time this happens, and now, your hometown Fighting Tigers! This happens. Waterboy Graphics, making school pride cool again. See everything we do at waterboygraphics.com. That's waterboygraphics.com.
2nd and 6 for Georgetown, and on the keeper is Jordan Oldorp. As he gets out to the 47, he also had a 4-yard run on 1st down. Georgetown taking over after the fumble with 2:22 to go here in the Extraco Banks 4th quarter. The Eagles lead it 41-13 as they try to put a bow on this regular season and take a 4-game win streak into the playoffs for the 2nd straight season. 3rd down 3 now as Oldort hands it off up the middle and pushing forward right near the line to gain. I think it's about half a yard short for the Georgetown Eagles. I think that was Ryan Eady with the carry. Yeah. And here comes 4th and a few inches.
You know, you just like to go and go for it, you know. The offensive line's been giving a good push all night. They're going to, you know, let the clock run. It's, you know, by the time this plays off, it'll be just over a minute remaining.
4th and inches for Georgetown. They need the midfield strength. Handoff to Edie up the middle. He gets through the hole, bounces out to the right, across the 40 of Connelly, and that'll be a first down for the Georgetown Eagles, down to the Connelly 39.
If my math is correct, Brad, does that pretty well do it? Can you take
Yeah,
two
Georgetown can
knees
take a couple of knees, and this is over with, if they so choose to. With 1:07 to go, literally you can let this thing roll down to 39 seconds, 40 seconds, take a knee, and that's the last snap of the ball game. It looks like what Georgetown will do here.
Well, congratulations to the class of 2020. Georgetown Eagle football, great job this year.
48 seconds left, 11 on the play clock. A little surprise snapping that early as the snap and the handoff there goes to Edie. But it will be enough to end the ball game. Georgetown does not have to snap it again. And the Georgetown Eagles will win on senior night in the final game of the regular season by a score of 41-13 over the Connally Cougars. Georgetown's regular season ends with a 7-3 record, a finish on a 4-game win streak, and now we wait to see who the Eagles play. The winner of Seguin and LBJ tomorrow night will be the opponent that awaits Georgetown next week in round 1 of the playoffs. But you look at tonight's game, a workmanlike effort. Georgetown really dominated, especially on the ground, Dave.
I do. I like a lot of the stuff that was on the ground, like you said, and you know, they have some good passes too. But Herman, I believe, 3 rushing touchdowns and some others. Looking forward to the recap on the second half. You've got a lot of notes there, and so it's a good final game. And gosh, we've said deja vu quite a bit. This is exactly how we ended the season last year.
The whole season is the same thing. 3 straight wins to start, 3 losses in the middle to the same 3 teams.
And if we play
4 straight wins in the exact same order to end the year.
If we play Seguin, it'll be even more deja vu. And
then you get New Caney in the second round. You know,
New Caney, and Shadow Creek, and get past Shadow Creek, and we'll meet Highland Park at Cowboy Stadium. How about that?
That sounds good. Let's give you a quick recap of how all the scoring went down tonight. Darson Herman took the team on a 6-play, 75-yard march to start the ball game on the first possession. Capped off with a 42-yard touchdown run by Herman on 4th and 2, and it made it 7-0 Georgetown. After the teams traded possessions, Connelly got on the board. 13 plays, 65 yards, taking up 5:09 off the clock, as Dyson McGrew had a 3-yard touchdown run to cap off that drive, and the missed extra point made it 7-6. Georgetown, though, immediately answered back with an 8-play, 66 drive of their own, taking 3:14 off the clock, capped off by a Cade Lachlan 3-yard touchdown run to make it 14-6 in favor of the Eagles. After forcing a Connelly 3-and-out, this is a march that Georgetown went on late in the second quarter. They took it over with 7:15 on the clock in the second quarter. Georgetown goes on a 14-play, 55-yard, 6-minute, 11-second march, and Darson Herman caps it off with his second TD run of the night, and that made it 21-6. That was your score at the half, as Georgetown had a 2-touchdown lead. Georgetown, of course, the alma mater has been sung without the band here. Georgetown forced a Connelly punt coming out of the locker room for the third quarter, and then went right back down and scored again. This time, Herman strikes through the air. 6 plays, all passing on the first drive of the second half. 53 yards, 1:26 off the clock. Herman found Brandon Bradford for 21 yards. That made it 28-6. Connelly would punt. They would then force Georgetown to punt. And on Georgetown's punt, Connelly with a touchdown return of 80 yards from Jade Barron, a really impressive return. He made a few guys miss, then took it up himself and kind of ran away from everybody. That made it 28-13 in the third quarter, but Darson Herman just led the team right back down, answered back his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night, a 7-yard touchdown run up the middle. Earlier in the drive, he had another 42-yard run as well, and it made it 34-13. Georgetown would add one more score to the ball game. Zane Quick with a 30-yard TD run of the senior getting into the end zone on senior night. 41-13, your final score here from Birkelbach Field in Georgetown, Texas tonight. Georgetown wraps up the 3 seed in the playoffs for the second straight year. Coming out of this district, Cedar Park, Hutto, Georgetown, Manor. That's your final standings as far as the top 4 and who makes the playoffs. In District 11, we talked about District 12 earlier. Still a bit of a jumbled mess. Dripping Springs is number 1. Number 2 and 3 will be LBJ, Austin, and Seguin. We don't know which one yet because they play tomorrow night. The winner will be the 2 seed and will play Georgetown at Nelson Field a week from either tonight or tomorrow night. We don't know the day yet. We just know the location. The loser will go on the road and play at Hutto in round 1 of that game. And then Cedar Park will face off with either McCallum, Northeast College Prep, or Travis, depending on how that shakes out. McCallum get a win, and they're in tomorrow night, and they'll get to play Cedar Park. If they lose to Travis, then it's a 3-way tie for that final spot in District 12. So District 12's got a ton of interest coming in tomorrow night. But if you're a Georgetown fan and you want to do some scouting and know immediately who you're going to play, make your way down to Nelson Field tomorrow night in Northeast Austin.
Yeah.
LBJ takes on Seguin. The winner of that game takes on Georgetown Eagles a week from tonight.
So while you take a quick glance at the stats from Galen, I think one of the things I was thinking about, over the years we have always played our last district game on Thursday night. And the fun part about it for the last 4 years for SHN Sports is that we've been able to provide video on that game. However, what it also does for the Georgetown program is they can go and scout the games tomorrow night. Wisdom on the part of the coaches.
And remember last year, Georgetown played Thursday night, Seguin played on a Friday night, and then the first round playoff game was on a Thursday night. So Seguin actually had to turn around that extra day where Georgetown had a full week of rest. Makes a bit of a difference, and Georgetown came out of Seguin with a big victory.
You had another advantage because they've got short week, and we take away any possibility of a short week because Galen probably won't let us play on a Wednesday night.
Well, but again, what we don't know is what night we're playing next week. There's still a coin flip to decide that for next Thursday, Friday. We just know that no matter what, the game will be at Nelson Field. If LBJ Austin wins, that's their home field. They get home field advantage in week 1. If Seguin wins, well, their field's having construction done down in Seguin, so they can't host, so they've agreed to come to Nelson Field to play the game next week, no matter what.
Coach at Pregame, when I was interviewing him, said that they had demolished their stadium already and torn everything down. So it's
they're
torn
rebuilding
up.
completely.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Okay, well, that leaves a lot to be seen then for next week as we start round 1 of the playoffs. Here's your stats from tonight, by the way. First downs, Connelly had 12, Georgetown with 17 of them. Rushing yards, Connelly 108 on the ground on 33 carries. Georgetown 299 on the ground tonight with 44 carries. Man, you could think they just get one more yard, making it even 300 for Georgetown, but we'll take it. Through the air, 113 for Connelly on 12 of 22 passing. They did throw one interception. Georgetown 15 of 22 tonight with 196 yards through the air. Total yardage, Connelly ran 55 plays for 221 yards. Georgetown ran 61 plays for 495 yards tonight. Just a really, really strong offensive performance for Georgetown. Maybe their most complete offensive performance of the year. Turnovers rather. Georgetown did not turn the ball over tonight. Connelly turned it over twice. One fumble and one interception. Connelly committed 6 penalties for 40 yards. Georgetown 4 penalties for 40 yards. Connelly did punt the ball 5 times. Georgetown once. Individual stats, Darson Herman, 13 carries, 124 yards on the ground. He also had 3 rushing TDs. He also went 15 of 20 through the air for 196 yards and a passing TD. So 4 total touchdowns for Darson Herman tonight. And a combined, quick math tells me, right at 320 yards, if I'm doing it correctly, for Darson Herman. So a heck of a night for him. Ryan Eady, 11 carries, 61 yards. Zane Quick with 14 carries for 95 yards and a touchdown. On the other side for Connelly, Fazana Washington, who had most of the offense tonight, 15 carries for 74 yards. So those are your stats tonight. And that will pretty much wrap it up here from Georgetown as the Eagles come away with a 41-13 victory. Your final thoughts, sir?
Where has this season gone?
Yeah, it seems like we just kicked off, man.
Boom. Fast. It went by quick. They kept the ball on the ground, and it went by fast. No, what a good season for Georgetown.
Not over yet.
We're exactly where we want to be, headed into the playoffs. I don't know, apologize, how many times it's been a good while since we have not made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Probably dating back to maybe 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a while. So we've had a really good run, and it's such an exciting time at Georgetown Independent School District. Eastview's doing very well. And,
Looks
our
like they're going to
volleyball,
playoffs, correct, right?
Yep, they're headed to the playoffs, and stay tuned to Michael Francis and Travis Banks on those calls. Yeah,
tomorrow night they'll have the call.
Is it here?
I think it is here tomorrow
Okay,
night.
so that'll be exciting. So tune into that. But, volleyball's doing great. Basketball's getting started. There's so much going on right now that it's exciting. Track's doing well, and so it's good times. A lot going on. If you're just a fan of high school sports, it's just – you got to get engaged, and if anybody wants to get involved, join the Booster Club or come out and help SHN. If you're a fan of any one of these programs, get involved. We're always looking for folks that are interested in what we do at SHN is showcase these youngsters and give them the spotlight which they deserve because they work so hard. It goes all the way back to spring practice and 7-on-7 in the summertime in the heat, and then the two-a-days in the summertime. So as we get to look at some of the kids that taking a walk on the field, escaping Emily's interview.
Well, folks, we do thank you for joining us tonight, Dave. Appreciate you as always. Want to thank our entire crew up here, Nathan Height, helping us out once he was able to get here from his other duties on SHN Sports tonight on the SU Coaches Show. Want to thank Mr. Galen Welnicki, our stats extraordinaire and historian up here in the booth with us as well. Dave England on the color. My name's Brad Tiller, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening and all season long here for Georgetown football. But the good news is it's time for the second season. We like to call it Blue Pants and Gold football season around here.
Absolutely.
As the Georgetown Eagles will get back on the gridiron a week from now, either Thursday or Friday. Make sure you follow SHN Sports Twitter, Georgetown Football Twitter. We will get the update for you tomorrow night as soon as possible when it comes to where Georgetown playing, or what time and what day Georgetown is playing next week. We just know that game will be at Nelson Field against either LBJ Austin or Seguin, depending on tomorrow night's outcome of that game at Nelson Field as well. Also, make sure you stick around tomorrow night on SHN Sports all over the network. It's SHN Football Friday from 7 to midnight. Scores, recaps, live drop-ins. I'm sure there's plenty of playoff talk tomorrow night as well as everything kind of shakes out. And then live games on the network tomorrow night as well. You mentioned Eastview. Cedar Creek, I think, plays tomorrow night. Gerald, several other teams. Who am I missing? Leandro will be on the network. Hutto playing. So lots of games on the network tomorrow night. Make sure you check that out. And then Saturday afternoon, back here in Georgetown from Birkelbach Field, I'll be on the call with our crew as another senior day will be coming your way, this time for the Southwestern Pirates, as they take on Howard Payne here this coming Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. So Division III football coming your way, college football Saturday at 1 o'clock from right here in Georgetown, Texas.
It's the best time of the year.
Always fun. For our entire crew here at SHN Sports, we so thank you for joining us tonight and all season long. We'll talk to you again when the Blue Pants are broken out next week by the Georgetown Eagles. One final time tonight from Birkelbach Field, though. On senior night, the Georgetown Eagles come up with a big win over the Connally Cougars, 41-13, your final score. Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Talk to you soon.